OldManSarge here. I'm speaking a little loud because we've got a lot of people here and a lot of activity. Some people doing some radio over here. Basically kind of, they got their whole radio set up, which is pretty intense. So they're doing a radio show on this as well. And then here's the board. Chris set this board up. It's pretty amazing if you think. Look at, he explained to me that he was going to go from one end to the other and kind of explain how he had set it up, and it didn't make any sense to me. But now it's totally incredible. So the Tyranids are all over here, and then we got over here, we got the Imperials in this no man's land between them. And so I'm gonna try to grab LordOKaos and bring him over here, and maybe he can kind of verbally explain to you what you're looking at here and maybe what's going on in this scenario. You're going to probably have to speak a little loud, Chris.
Sure. So this battle is going to be the Tyranids attacking the city. The Imperials are defending the city, and you probably can't see it very well from here, but there's 3 objective markers placed along the Imperial deployment zone, equally spaced throughout the table. And at the end of the game, after 6 turns of play, we're going to see who is holding the objectives. And it'll determine who the winner is of the game. And there's levels of victory as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You're going to have first turn. We're not using the apocalypse rules for this battle. We're using normal 40k rules despite the size. However, we have a few special rules for the scenario that we'll be using. So like no reserve rolls, and reserves are set when they come in. But we just didn't want to deal with like reinforcements coming back from apocalypse. We want to deal with finest hour, that kind of thing. We got enough things to deal with already. Just trying to move as many models around on the table. And after Sarge is done filming the army here, we'll have to go over and check out the reserves and who's hiding in buildings and transports, because not everything's quite on the table yet.
So what's the story behind this battle? Did you come up with kind of a story of why this is happening?
Yeah, so it's really funny. So my Space Marines are called the Storm of Wrath, and like the game's workshop Latin for storm is Tempestus, and you see it show up in some of the literature. Well, I named their homeworld Tempestus Prime. This was before the Militarum Tempestus came out as an army, and so I didn't take it from them, honestly. Like, I came up with that before that book came out, but it's actually airbrushed on the board in a couple areas. It'll say the name of the planet, and so this is a Space Marine chapter defending its monastery world from where its main temples, its recruiting center, where all that is set up from a Tyranid invasion. And I made my Marines to be a city fight force to begin with, specializing in clearing this kind of thing out. But now they have to defend their world. And my high world, my high fleet for my Tyranids, they're one I worked on a long time ago. It's high fleet, if I can say this right, Archididae, which is the genus for locusts, and that's what they are. They're a giant locust swarm that go through the galaxy. And I had a whole story. I used to play them in campaigns. They started off really small, and as they got victories, they kept getting bigger and bigger, replenishing their biomass, and now they're back to a full-blown high fleet threat to the Imperials again. And so this is hopefully where they're going to blunt that threat, where they're going to stop the Tyranids and stop them from getting into the pipe works, where the objectives are set up on the board. It's areas actually on the board where there's exposed piping, there's vents, there's places where the Tyranid organisms could crawl into the undercity and infest the planet. And that's what they're going to try to stop.
Okay, so I'm going to just pause this real quick, and if you want to go over anything, I guess before the battle begins.
Yeah, we'll show who's hiding in buildings and just to see the rest of the models that are going to take place in the game.
Okay, again, this is OldManSarge. We'll be right back.
This is all reserved to here, and then these are models for spawning.
Tyranid reserves. We got drop pods. We've got a Tarragon. No, Morlock? Trigons,
a Morlock. The gargoyles there are riding on the Herodin, the big dragon thing.
Oh, you're kidding. Yep, that's awesome. I didn't know they could do that.
There's gene stealers. They'll be showing up in the most horrible fashion.
Okay. And then we got, these are Space Marine.
Yep, the Marine Reserves, which is most of the first company that I have to field here. There's one squad of them already on the table, but that's what's here.
Drop pod with them?
And then there's some drop pods with 2 with dreadnoughts, 1 with a stern guard squad. And then we have a Valkyrie over here with some guardsmen.
Okay.
It's actually a veteran unit with 3 melta guns. Normally good tank hunters, but really good for putting some damage on monstrous creatures as well. And then we have a few more Tyranids that aren't actually part of the list. These are just models so we can spawn them with the Turvagons, and we have some spore mines to use for biobore ammo or when meiotic spores blow up.
Okay. All right. Anything that you want to talk about before the models start moving around on the table here, Chris?
No, I think we're ready to actually get started. I'm going to go over the rules with the guys, and we're going to start turn 1 here in just a few minutes.
Okay. So now we'll look a quick look at the players.
Quick look at the players.
Yeah, there's one right there.
That's Merlin. He helped me design and build the whole board that lights up. He also is responsible for a whole bunch of the shoulder pads, all the custom bases on the Imperial Army. The man is truly a wizard, lives up to his name.
Right, the terrain wizard, Merlin the terrain wizard. We got Kevin over here. He's playing one on the Imperial side.
Yeah, I'm the guy that brings the airplanes that Chris had to buy those models for.
We got Dallas back there. Dallas, wave to the camera.
Oh, hi. Hi, camera. How's it going? Yeah, everything's in
And we got Tanner over here. Tanner.
Austin's hiding behind him.
And Austin is the pillar. Pillar and Austin are one.
One of the pillars on the stuff.
We got Mr. Worley.
The models look amazing.
And behind him is Nick. They're all the Tyranid players. Are you guys going to eat some Imperials today?
Oh, yes. I'm hungry.
All right, well, I'll be back, I guess, when the game starts.
Okay, didn't know.
Take a quick look down the line here.
But you see,
So now
that's a little
Another big thing is yes, the hierarchies are scary.
unless you bring
I know I haven't
It's the hierarchies. They're so good.
Does he have last?
she comes with
They're I think those guys are the ones that they won't have to do it even. Everything's so good.
So now
Because in order for us to kill it,
No, I know.
we have to pump so much fire into that we can essentially kill 2 of the 3 of the sky guys.
Alright, gamers, shut up.
Sweet.
Don't know that yet. They're going to find out after short.
Yeah, it works.
Damn, that's control.
Okay, so let's talk about the game a little bit and what's going to happen here. There's 3 objectives on the table. There's one right here, one there. Space along the Imperials. So the Imperials hold all the objectives. At the end of turn 6, whoever holds the most objectives wins. Here's the deal. Super heavies and vehicles can't take the objectives.
Ooh.
Okay.
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground. Dreadnoughts can. They're the exception. Walkers can capture it.
Monstrous creatures?
And monstrous creatures, but not gargantuans.
Okay.
So it is up to the boots, because if you look at what's underneath every one of these objectives, it's pipes, there's vents, and more exposed piping. The Tyranid organisms are trying to get into the Undercity, where they are almost impossible to get out, and that will cause no end of problems to the Imperium for a long time afterwards. So it's a simple invasion scenario. Nids are going to have turn 1, because, well, they need it. There's a whole lot of firepower on the other side. There's no roll for stealing the initiative, but it also means the Imperium will have the last turn to try to push them off objectives too. So it does give a bit of advantage back. Night fighting begins on turn 5.
Okay.
There are models in buildings and transports already. So Imperium guys, you guys need to know this. There's a Rhino with attack squad in it. They're sitting over here. There's a Razorback that has the command squad. It also has the captain of the 4th in it. There is a
Bastion with Devastators?
Yeah, there's a Bastion. The large Bastion that the scouts are on has a full 10-man dev squad in it. The smaller Bastion that has the combated squad, dev squad, the other half of the combat squad is inside the Bastion.
Got it.
And they're over here. And so the half that's in there has 2 heavy bolters. The other one has 4 missile launchers.
Got it.
The sergeants are with both the ones that are in the Bastions. And then Where else did I have these guys? Oh, the bastion down in the corner there has 3 autocannon teams in it, and then the Firestorm Redoubt has 3 autocannon teams in it.
Okay.
I believe that's everybody. Oh crap, that means I gotta put something else on the board because I ran out of buildings. I doubled up guys on buildings, I think.
Oh.
So we'll throw a few more models out in a second. Because, you know, we need more models.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
We're running out.
How you doing?
Doing all right.
So everything that's on the shelf over there is reserves. And I'll talk about reserves in a minute. No instinctive behavior rolls. It's going to be too much to track. But they're not fearless. They're not under synapse, so to speak, unless they're actually in synapse range. So you can still break units. They can run all that good stuff. And when you play any of the chapter cards, they apply to every Space Marine model on the table that has the chapter tactics rule. So vehicles don't get it except for dreadnoughts. But so we're gonna be playing the chapter cards and all that stuff. Keep in mind, guys, whoever's playing AdMech, I'd put one person in charge of all the AdMech because you got to worry about Cult Mechanicus and Scutari weirdness as well. So like Tyranid players, do Tanner a favor, just try to wipe those guys out turn 1 so he doesn't have to worry about that stuff. He doesn't have to worry about that. Give him a hand, just help him out. You know?
I'm a favorite little guy.
And then Guard has to worry about orders, and the Marines have their.
Oh no, I'm going for that.
So you guys have all you guys have fun with that. The Imperials have the following formations and all the rules that apply. They have a battle company, so their transports are free.
Woo.
Jerks. The first company, task force, is on the table as well. So they cause fear. They're fearless. So all your Terminators and Stern Guard are fearless, and they all have preferred enemy, the Swarm Lord.
Wait, the Swarm Lord specifically?
Yes.
He's up here.
They pick an enemy unit.
Who is that?
The first company.
First company, sweet.
Yep, they're here to stop the Swarm Lord.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't realize they could do that.
Yep. There's also a Stormwing, which is a Raven and 2 Talons, which is in reserve and has Terminators in it. And then the Suppression Force, which is the 2 Whirlwinds with the Speeder. So those are the Imperial formations. That's it. There's 4 Imperial formations in play. Keeping it simple. The Nids also have a few formations. They have the Hypertoxic Node, which is the Hive Tyrant on foot, all the Venomthropes, and the Tentacles down at the end there. What's he called? Toxicrene.
Yeah.
They all cause instant death on a 6 on all their attacks. Because they already have poison attacks, and the Toxicrene causes it on a 5 or a 6. Hey, look, he's right in front of those robots. Aren't those monsters?
Go away!
No, Tanner, you gotta kill him fast.
Go up there and get him with your power. You got this.
I thought about that, but now I'm thinking against it.
Right, because he goes.
But you feel no pain. Oh.
Oh. Wait, but I get involved. Oh.
Never forget.
Only against shooting.
No, only against shooting.
The other one that's on the board that I know the Imperial players love is Endless Swarm.
Damn it.
I don't know what that does, but I'm guessing it's not
You
good.
shoot at it, you run out of ammunition.
What?
So all the Gaunts, all the Hormagaunts on the board benefit from Endless Swarm. You wipe a squad out, they come back next turn. And when you shoot at them, starting on turn 2 and later, when you shoot at them, you roll a d3, and if your die roll is under the turn, that's why you start on turn 2, because you can't, on turn 1 obviously you can't do it. But if it's under the turn, you can only snap fire at the unit. Because you're starting to run low on ammo.
That's awesome.
Oh god.
There's also the Carnifex Crusher Brood, which is the 3 Carnifexes hiding somewhere in the... I can't tell, they're so small. They have It Will Not Die.
Oh, dicks.
Also,
God.
they have Bioplasma, which they can launch into a torrent, and it's funny.
So they
Marines
turn
love
into,
it.
you know.
And then the last one, we kept the best for last, is the Vanguard Infestation, which really reflects a Tyranid invasion of a planet.
Good.
Which is, there's like, I don't know, like something like 4 broods of Gene Stealers and 3 Lictors, including Death Leaper, who, when they come on the board, they all enter via Deep Strike and they don't scatter.
Meat shield.
Don't worry, they have to be an inch away.
Yeah, that's it.
They have to be an inch.
So,
What? That's fair.
at the end of the game, if the objectives are equal, it's a draw. If a side wins by 1 objective, like 2-1 or 1-0, then it's a minor victory. If it's like 2-0, then it's a major victory, and 3-0 is a crushing victory. And so, as for reserves, you're going to love this. So turn 1, the Tyranids get the Vanguard infestation, because that's what signals a Tyranid assault usually is the Gene Stealers and Lickers popping out of nowhere. The Trigons are also going to pop up. So everybody understands how this works. When the Trigons pop up, we're going to put some craters on the table where they come out at. And those are entry points for reserves for the rest of the turns at that point. So if you kill a swarm of Termagants or Hormagaunts, they can come out of the craters.
Oh God, what have we done?
Also, also for the record, there's a squad of 20 Death Gaunts, the fun ones, in reserve already.
But at what cost?
And then the Spore Mines and the Harridan will also come in on turn 1. The reason for the Harridan coming in turn 1 is if it came in turn 2, you guys would just piecemeal all the Air Force. There's not enough Air Force on the mid side, and you guys have way too many anti-aircraft guns. So the Harridan has to come in turn 1 to keep it kind of moving. And then on the Marines turn 1, your 3 drop pods are going to land. All 3. We're not doing like the half thing. So all 3 drop pods will come in. The Marines will counter strike back with the drop pods, and then turn 2, everything else comes on. So, which isn't a whole lot for the Nids, like a couple of drop pods and some guys popping out of holes in the ground that were already placed there.
And a bunch of units that have already been destroyed. They'll come back.
And then the Marines, however, have a demi company of the first.
Oh
Well, the Stern Guard will already be in the field because they come in on the drop pod, and then there's already 10 Thunderhammer wielding lunatics right there. But there's 2 more squads of Terminators that will deep strike in. And then there's a combat squatted group of Terminators, 5 of which have lightning claws or riding with a chaplain and a land raider, and 5 of which are in a storm raven. So,
Not bad, not bad.
got it? So that's the game. The whole point of this, by the way, is to have fun. So that's, I don't really care who wins or loses. On my model, I win no matter what.
Yeah.
If you break one of my large models, they will never find you.
Repeat that again?
If they break one of my large models, they're going to move to St. Louis.
I don't want to move to St. Louis.
No, you'll be mailed to St. Louis. In multiple boxes.
But how?
In 7 different parcels.
Dehydrated. Will there be shipping and handling at least?
I already broke one of my Warhounds, setting everything up. So
Yeah, no.
it's been fixed since then, but that was the first casualty of the game. Was a Warhound.
So
Which one specifically?
I think that Imperials obviously will have the advantage that we do.
Right.
There's some interesting things.
We're waiting.
Oh yeah. Now.
We hope so. What was some major
Like the fact that when the triangle.
Everybody sit down.
You're ready for the news.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pause this,
There's some box tops on either end.
and then we'll
of the
get
board
back to you
so no dice
guys
rolls on the
after
table.
the first turn.
Okay.
Okay. We got.
I mean, they're already out in the open, so it's like
Right, use your
whatever.
scout to the rear. This is our whiskey out.
I'm just showing the, real quick, the actual board they're playing on, and the painted, how it's painted.
Backing up.
These guys are backing up.
Alright, we got Kevin here.
And of course, we got what I showed before. If you saw the
got out
presentation
there
video,
all excited to be seeing,
you would see
fighting.
the lights.
I want to deal with this.
Are you, what are you?
Now I see why. You got me to get these.
Those Giselle's
Super many tanks to a degree, and
What you love?
that's awesome.
Oh, if it's armor, I love it.
Oh yeah.
But I love aircraft even more, which is as in YouTube video.
Crush you with my dandelion vortex.
I will crush you with my hypnotics. And they match. So we're good.
I'm the guy.
I sat
I have the nickname you're taking the lead.
for like 3 turns. He did kill one guy.
So what do you want to do? You want to do like space them evenly down the board? Spores?
No, our infantry are pretty but our tanks are really strong.
They can miss out.
Oh, no, that's fine. You don't have to
Right
be
now
done.
it's posted up. They have the
think
that's
for
really
that,
long range.
Y'all got
Got some spores coming out.
It
Happens before the game starts, actually, officially.
Because the way they plus tanks with Tyranids
My little
is
brother's
they
like,
get
"Are you
up
over there
close
playing
and they
right now?"
Smack 'em.
Oh man. What are those things that are placing in the middle?
So these are spores that are raining down at the start of the battlefield.
Yeah, they're mean little nasties.
So All right, I'm gonna go ahead and we gotta roll scatter for him. So I'll start with
But I think they
roll
count
damage.
as like a bomb of some sort.
I need a tape measure
Chris, can I invite my little brother to come watch?
for a little bit. I
Yeah,
don't want too many people down here, but yeah, you can come check it out. So
living when it comes
first
to
spore line, first die roll of the game. Let's see if I can scatter off the table. Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's not something I want to bug ever doing.
I'll do this one, and then Jason, you can take over for the next one. 3 inches, I'll take that.
So what are the scores? Kevin was a little further.
I don't know.
Ooh, good job. Hit.
It'll work.
I believe they explode in close contact.
Hey, just do that again so you don't have to measure anything. Ah, 7 inches.
There's a lot of spores.
I see that.
And then Nick, you can go down and roll, and Merlin can roll since he's down there.
Just on the table.
This one?
Yeah, for the scatter dice we'll need to do on the table still because it's a pain in the butt to do outside of. Go down there and roll near it.
Get him.
Oh god! That one's scattered towards us.
Oh man, that's funny. Oh, that's right. Oh yeah, no, that's Len. Is that your guys? Or is that?
Alright, so it's a mishap then.
No, it's mishap.
Roll a d6.
Yeah, my cluster is this part and this part right here.
Okay.
Goes back in reserve. Comes in next turn.
The red dude's on the corner. Kevin's taking the guard, and Austin and me are gonna split in the rest of the
You know that's a smart idea. I got short all on.
Are you? Also, Canner.
1 sec.
Nice.
Hit. Oh.
Right there. Stays where he is.
Alright,
I'll take it. Grab my dice, bring it back down here.
so this is the beginning
All
of the
right,
game
so-
right now. We'll be back after we see some movement.
Taking pictures.
So we've got some
sure, you're just really talking.
gene stealers that have showed up here in Imperial terrain. Tanner, what is this thing right in front of you, this large thing?
This thing?
No, the large monster in front of you.
Oh, that. That is the, why am I totally spacing out on his name right now? It's, a bug. What's that? A bug.
Giant bug.
A giant bug.
But we don't know the name of it.
Which one?
Trigon. Trigon Prime.
Okay, so we got a Trigon Prime right in the front of your forces. Are you gonna be able to handle that?
We'll find some way to deal with it. I think. I hope. I don't know.
And what about these gene stealers right here? What about those guys?
I've got ideas for them.
Okay.
I have ideas.
It's okay. That dreadnought right there is going to make the Trigon cry. And that dreadnought too right there is going to make cry.
Some more are getting thrown out. They're coming out of the walls.
Yeah.
Aliens. Please.
Where's the other one?
Any motion trackers?
Oh, there.
Don't go
In the middle.
So where should we put the last one? I got one more. There's units.
Oh man.
Hey man, you got to catch them all.
Like, go put them back behind the outback with the best we can.
Yes, they are.
I don't think we can
That one's like
them all
pure.
without
Go eat some guard.
1 inch of the.
Go eat guard.
You might have to stay in a trench like you caught the inch up, so.
Hey, Chris. The planet.
Would have been back by the whirlwind.
Like 23 billion Tyranids.
They just keep something over here.
In that
Because I got there, I'm like, you're in charge.
You guys might want to be away from the table when we're doing this, just so we can maneuver easier.
Oh, we already have some
Is there
there.
enemy in there?
Hit each of them. I'm sorry.
It's like a magic weapon team. They're just gonna, like, right.
That's gonna draw the assault squad.
It wasn't super.
I'm good with that.
Either that or
Right here.
with the
What you gotta do is you gotta bring it down to 1 HP and then run for your life.
There's kind of one in the midst of the enemy, that way they wouldn't shoot the large.
Oh wow, there's a lictor at the very corner of the table.
If not, then his brother eats it and becomes stronger.
We could do them right here.
That's what I was thinking. But you do have that unit right there.
Yeah, they're trying to shoot at them. You got the assault squad that can come.
Never trust
But if they're doing that, then they're going to force it.
And if they take that unit,
I'm here for battle!
There's a lot of that. There's probably they're gonna show up and just explode. I'm already seeing a couple of potentials here as they're setting up there for the first time.
Chris, did you say there was anybody inside the Bastion of 6?
What's that?
Did you say there was anyone inside that?
Yeah, there's a 10-man dev squad in there.
Like I said, this has now become a two-front battle, which is not exactly the greatest idea for us right now.
And look, there's a Space Hulk Gene Stealer, so they match the board.
The Space Hulk Gene Stealers are amazing.
A lot of the bigger units,
Imperial Guards
shots that could be potentially put out towards the rising horde that's heading at us, now have to turn around to defend the more important artillery from dying.
But then you think, well that's a gargantuan, so first
There's a good chance.
Right.
Yeah, right in the rear of my tank.
The Manticore are already about to die, and we haven't even started yet.
they burst into different clouds of more spore
Because they just popped up.
So what's the Tyranid strategy?
Consume.
Consume. Okay.
Hey man, the Tyranid, they're sort of like McDonald's. It's just, you know,
They explode into explosions. It's not your game.
So we're in the midst of moving Tyranids right now. These, I guess, are gargoyles, and they're halfway across the board already. They're still moving their army.
Well, yours is going to go nice this way, because all you're really going to have to worry about is
this way. There.
Well, I wouldn't worry about saying
They make millions on it.
These guys are 40-inch range with
So.
So, which tank is it?
You want more meat creatures? Both of those, the blade and the double.
Okay, you're talking about. They're more
I'm
So I'll be right back after they finish their movement.
However,
make sure one of them is within 6 inches.
He does.
Yep.
Okay, we're almost at the end of the movement phase for turn one for Tyranids.
Yeah, well, it has to be the interceptor. Yeah.
And they brought this Harridan in, which is a Forge World model, I guess. It's fantastic. I mean, look at this.
Well, it's got an interceptor, but it prioritizes flying targets.
Right. That's the only.
And right now, I guess the Imperial players are being allowed to take some shots at it, interceptor shots. So I wanted to take a picture of this before they shot, because I'm not sure if they can take it down in one round or not.
All right.
Are you throwing the lads up at Hurricane?
I have to.
4 last shots. Twin link hit on 5s.
We'll be back after they
That's the one downside of my.
This is still movement phase.
after they roll, and
Actually, okay. So
hopefully it's still here, because I think I'd like to see this guy fly
So 3 hits?
across the table.
Toughness.
I believe 8.
So we'll be right back.
So on 3.
Yep.
Okay, we are now officially at the end of the movement phase for the Tyranids.
This much at home, I can.
This is where they got to during their movement phase.
I'm just finishing up here.
A few guard died during the movement phase with a spore mine. So there's a gaping hole right there in the Imperial line in the back. I didn't see this before, but a couple lictors are hiding right behind this missile launcher.
I don't think Chris wants us to mix it.
And Gene Stealers in the back room here. I don't know what the Imperial Guard's going to have to do something about them.
Oh, I got about 12K in chaos. So they show up and the Tyranids are like, oh, let's eat them. They're like killing the Tyranids.
So they're going to go to probably the shooting phase next.
Okay, we don't have enough tables.
We don't need enough tables. We're gonna need more tables.
I think the table floor at the school.
Just in case you haven't seen how this looks. Got some Gene Stealers in the back room here. Back there, we've got some more. Back here. So,
we just got like the commander shuffle things. We're
And 3,000
Sector 6.
3,000 points of works goes this way.
No, you need a deck board for that.
this guy looks.
3 shovels.
Merlin, who's this guy right here? This big monster.
Which one?
Which one?
This is a Hybridul.
Hybridul.
He's the range on a health.
He looks pretty mad.
Actually has torn.
He's going to be in hand-to-hand here soon.
but that being
I don't think
that might be a good
beastly range.
Yeah, doesn't say usually say listed for range. Okay. But that's why I get down in the face.
So
if I don't put my face in there,
I'm going to go ahead and pause this again here pretty quick, and we'll be back after the shooting phase. I'm not sure exactly how much shooting the Tyranids are going to have, but we'll find out. Okay, I'm back. We're at the end of the shooting phase for the Tyranids. Getting closer to the end, so I'm just going to start showing everybody what's going on.
Guardsmen are a little haggard.
Yeah, there used to be a lot of Imperial Guard here. What happened, Kevin, to your Imperial Guard?
Tyranids happened.
You can't blow up your own Steelers.
They that's right. This guy came up, said, "Hey, how you doing? How you doing?" Killed a bunch of them. He also hit them with a psychic ability. Killed a bunch of them there. This guy decided he wanted to have a barbecue, and the guard were invited. That didn't go so
And then it's
well.
barrage. So
And
the
then he
next
decided
one,
to do the same thing, but he spit on them.
Ouch.
So it was dirty. It's like
So,
a bad night ball.
The lines for the guard are wavering here.
Yeah, but we still got the armor.
well, the one. So we got 6 guys.
6, yep. A vehicle was destroyed.
You guys want unforced.
A knight that was here
3 Marine saves. I'll take average.
And remember, hey,
has been
and
destroyed.
Chris, doesn't this one right here create?
Made them all. No, only the whole barrage misses. Also, I think we were using the wrong size template. I believe it's a 5-inch.
Is it?
For what?
So we might have
So
caught a few more guys there.
we got a razor.
That's what you should have been using.
What died here?
Fireboards. Fireboards a 5-inch.
Austin, what was that
That
died
would
there?
have been
This was a
from
rhino.
the
Rhino died.
And
you
3 of them also perished in the fire blast.
Oh, 3 Marines died, huh?
So it would have been like 4
And then
more
you can
guys.
see that we've got some wounds, or hull points off of this other vehicle here.
Who's rolling for the assault?
And this building
You want to roll for your Marines?
was hit
3 of them?
with the side blast.
Roll it.
Okay, 4 more Marines, Dallas.
Merlin moved some
I wounded
gene
3.
stealers around, spread them out a little bit. This big,
Okay, 2 assault Marines die.
Kevin, what's this?
The blast
Sword.
landed near
Shadow
the chaplain,
Sword,
so you
lost
might wanna look
3
out
hull
third,
points.
making it on him.
I'll look out through the bell ones.
What were the 3 that I rolled?
What does it succeed on? 2. Normal. Yeah, they both
Okay.
Lose 2 assault Marines nearest the chaplain, and then make a penny.
What happened on this side,
They're
Tanner?
fearless, they're fearless.
So far, from what we've seen over here, Big Bad Man popped up behind. He's kind of scary. The swarm kind of moved forward, and then
I don't
he has
see.
shot.
I don't see like
These guys are affected by paroxysm.
Paroxysm. There's a few other Skitari that were moved right there.
Yeah.
And other than that, there hasn't been a whole ton.
So you actually are pretty intact with your little force on this side. The Imperial Guard on the other side, you're like there's like squads of guys missing.
There are lots of guys missing over there.
Guns, it's toughness 7 2 wounds, and he's got that.
6 months ago, whenever they came out.
Lots of blood and destruction.
Well, you guys are gonna be able to shoot soon, so hopefully you can return some damage to these guys.
Right, 30 minutes per tank, and an hour per superhead. And that's why I
So from the side of the Tyranids, they are running across the table here pretty fast. Those guys are like maybe probably be able to charge next turn against those Marines.
I do it too.
No, they're primed gray, and then they're taped up, and then they're primed black.
The other 2 tranquils.
And then you pull the tape off, they're
Hey,
done.
Nick, did you shoot this guy?
And then you dry brush the whole
Yeah,
bottle,
Chris,
gray,
he's-
gray,
read
white,
out
and then I use a little bit, and then I have a thin black wash over the whole
The
bottle.
center of the Tyranids
And
is
then
really thick full of
some
guys.
white parts on it.
Oh, that's right.
Lots of guys.
Really fast paint.
I think they're 12. It's not the same as the regular guys. So
Did they run? They shouldn't be in range. I think they ran. Because if they move 12 and shoot 12, they can just have
You rolled a 1.
Nope.
Because I'm a champ. That's how I roll.
So this is the end of Tyranid turn 1.
at the end of the shooty-shooties?
for their shooting.
Doesn't he have melee? Now.
Oh, he has a gun.
Oh yeah, he has a flame.
Anybody
And
that
he
came
gets
in
to
had a
run
assault, yeah.
first.
I know.
Well then, no. He
So these
hasn't
guys
done
have to deal with.
So run that guy.
Yeah,
He has a giant flamethrower.
Is that seriously?
because of the
Three?
Quarter after three. They can run 2 and not.
Well, there was
shoot
introductions
2d6
and everything
not
set up.
shoot, or
They run
run D6. No, they can run 2d6 and not.
Oh, they've got
shoot.
agile.
Yes.
For the nids, these guys will go. There's a lot less moving. Those are on my Marines.
And it has no, it doesn't. Blast them but I mean, you probably get those in both the trees.
So they're got one more shooting down at the end there. It looks like they forgot it.
So he's catching 6 Marines, 2 tarantulas, and 2 assault marines.
But after this, the Imperials will have a turn
So 6 Marines in the front squad.
for movement, which I probably am not going to
Take off the front row.
go over the movement phase with them because I don't think they're going to do a whole lot of movement.
You wanted to toast the assault marines.
And we'll go to the shooting phase for
Both assault
sure.
marines
Well,
die.
like you said, as the game goes on, there's less movement.
So we will return
Yeah, but if you want to tonight
at the beginning or possibly the end of the Imperial shooting phase.
Just kind of totally think one of them.
I think I'm about done.
So this is OldManSarge on the Imperial
So on turn 4,
turn 1
we will not have any more Imperial Knights.
movement phase. And
I'm gonna blow up that one, and that one's gonna
what is this? A hound?
No,
That is
you're gonna try to blow
yes.
this.
Hellhound moved out.
It's gonna scatter this way 12 and kill everyone.
and kill
here.
all the Terminators.
We're gonna
Nah, it's gonna miss the
they're gonna
Terminator.
jump around the trench here to try to kill some of the Gene Stealers.
But all of these guys.
He turned around. Can he actually shoot at him?
He's got a heavy bolter. He can.
Okay, the heavy bolter can shoot at him.
And this stubber up here is going to shoot at him, and
Still be over there on the
they
shelf.
can shoot it there.
You know, if they stay stationary, they gain some effort.
Otherwise, the
Friendly smack talk. It's so funny.
looks like they
So if you want to get a good shooting ground, or like move over.
Need my tape.
just kind of moved around a little bit here at the Imperial side.
It's an odd job.
Oh, I can do that. Tasty.
I don't want to be in the way of that.
This guy.
It's gonna shoot you in the back.
What are the Marines doing over here in the movement?
Marines are dealing with the Gene Stealer threat while simultaneously holding off the massive forward.
Oh, they move forward. Look at all those.
Terminators are going in.
Terminators are charging up.
The one. Yes, I moved him upstairs.
So so you guys know, the captain leading the Terminators is Lysander.
This way.
You can
That's Lysander.
put these anywhere. Oh, for real? Dude, Lysander has more on it.
Also, Marines, remember, you guys
We're
are
gonna fire these guys?
Yeah. What is the Imperial Fist? Reroll one ball.
Oh, wait, what was her? What
And then they charged out with
You guys say guard this turn?
No, we
charged out of the base with their big.
all Skitarii are going to up their ballistics by 3, drop their weapons by 1.
Merlin, what's this?
0.
It's still like 2.
He got
That's a Lancer.
He only had 3 whole points.
-1.
Lancer. Yeah.
Lancer.
They get 1 extra.
So he's going to go into hand-hand, it looks like.
He's gonna shoot first. His spear actually shoots.
Oh, wow.
Like 6 HP, but it's actually kind of.
And then this guy charged out. This big.
The heavy weapons. What do we have out for?
What is this? Warhound.
Heavy weapon guys.
Warhound charged
I think we
out.
need to go heavy.
And the Adeptus Mechanicus,
Imperials?
they all
Are we
charged
down for
out.
going for heavy doctrine?
Their guys charged out of the base.
Kevin, are we going down for Devastator doctrine? Are you okay with that?
So,
Are you guys playing Ultramarines?
all right.
Consider tactical if you're going to get hand in hand.
So we
Where
are.
are we getting in?
No, Chris.
Thunderhammer Terminators?
This may go into hand-to-hand.
From the Terminator. Oh, and look at this. Okay, so here's what's kind of important is these drop pods came in,
Tactical, one assault, one
drop,
It does persist.
dropping out the dreadnoughts and the stern guard into the rear of the Tyranids. So they're putting a little, looks like a little sandwich on these Tyranids here. It's not going to work, he says.
Were you gonna have them?
The Marines are going to pay for it, I guess.
Next turn? Whatever
It's
you
going
don't
to start
assault
getting.
with, I'm gonna.
And
assault
that's my doing the whole granny grading thing.
But
So
I think
there you go.
might turn out to be a little more effective than Dev this turn.
that's adorable. You can't do anything here.
So what's happened on this side of the board with the shooting?
Oh, the big guy.
Where I can shoot at.
So then they would have.
Yeah, good enough.
Yep.
So I did a 5 up for me.
I mean, they have a 3-up save.
Well,
Yeah, he's gonna have.
He has a 3-up.
Wait, okay. The Torrents save is still automatic and then rotate.
Yes.
You can still rotate.
last kind with an instant
There's a lot of Tyranids missing over here.
The 3 up against his when
So you can place that 6-inch dot anywhere and then rotate the flavor as you want to.
Does anyone have a...
Okay, so that works.
Yes.
Alright, so
One in the front. Yep, front
to
one.
me, everything else is shots and then my punishers. Have to target
Let's
him.
shoot the horde.
That's a good idea.
5 shots.
So I nominated him as the target, but...
Choose one.
How you stole the
I
stuff off the
catch
chute?
That's
Saved it. No, I don't.
Fine, fine.
Lost my mind.
22. You have 2 of them too.
So 2. Strength 4, AP 5.
And these things can't because
Hitting
they
on 5.
Balloon's nothing. Okay. You want to go ahead and do that building right there, or is that somebody else?
2.
This one?
Balloons got?
And then
Dallas. It's automated for this building.
Automated.
Beauty.
Yeah,
That
it's
was
can't.
for 6s.
Oh. Wounding on 5?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have this. There's one in the front.
There's a
guard wire.
What is it just like?
Did you guys find the dev team inside of there?
The dev team that's in here?
Yeah.
Wow, what's in there?
3. There is 8 rockets.
They're all
inside
3s?
there.
No, we're gonna double check the strength.
I mean,
4 you fast.
There's 8, we're just shoot them.
Okay. And what about the other one over there? The heavy bolter team?
This one has already shot.
Okay, so 3
wounds, you get a 3
rockets coming in.
Warhound pulled up,
I think
burned a few,
upgraded to 3.
killed most of the gene stealers in this trench here.
I don't know.
If they did, then he has one down because we. I mean, you could.
3.
Looks like
He's
they,
got 2 because the other guy was the last candidate.
Yeah, the other guy's instant kill.
So he's got 1 wound left.
He's got 1 wound left.
Austin, he's not targeting the bunch, he's targeting
Okay,
ones up.
and then my other one. Yeah, let's see what I
If
did.
he's targeting the 2, I'd go crap.
You go hand to hand.
Okay, I thought you were
I know.
No, I got another one.
Okay.
I had to whatever I had with bolters. All right, and
That one's gonna shoot the nearest target.
This guy.
Or the Ripper.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, let's.
Blowing me away.
Do we have to measure?
Yeah, measure that.
3.
Rolly, could you watch this one?
14.
Gonna go
Can't reach.
You didn't say I couldn't see what I wanted.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Gotta be the big man. Gotta be the big man close to the head.
there's only one
If they're not fearless, it's
gene
good.
stealer left here.
It's not crazy enough to work.
Well, I did
Oh, that's a heavy bolt.
That's 2 balloons.
Yeah. But it's you're hitting on 5.
Space Marines are spreading out a little bit, it looks
Bring out
like.
your wonky bits. There you go.
2. 3 up save. No, you're done.
so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So 1 wound on them. Do you see?
Just take them.
6 twin lynch.
Okay.
You roll
Not the dice.
Yeah, no.
I got it. Cover save.
Oh my god.
Just check it, not the dice. It's there.
Hey, I've been doing what I can.
Toughness 4.
I think I thinned out my side pretty good.
I think we did too.
I know.
So that has 3 wounds on it?
Yes.
How
Half dead.
Oh wow.
But half dead ain't dead.
And
I know they've got
They're gonna do an assault phase in a minute though, and I think you'll see some death going on over here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I got no salt, so I'm gonna go have a seat.
Oh, right here. Melt the gun.
I can save against this too.
See? Gotta
Hits.
play games.
I'm gonna call you my save.
Who's shooting? What?
Still like this.
Zot.
Oh, the Tyranids.
It's like freaking.
He did 2 wounds to this thing with
Oh, no,
all
those
his
grants
fire,
are
and then
sweet.
fired his melted gun last, and it killed one guy.
Nice.
so a lot of the Tyranids
Then drop pods.
in this section are gone.
Holy goodness.
Shoot them all. Save
There's a lot of
Just shoot them off the thing. Come on.
Yeah.
6 storm bolter shots hitting on 5.
Yeah, I did.
Right?
The middle though, the middle is still very thick.
What? Aren't they both skill 2? They're automated guns, or they thought they were 3? Are they 3?
That's thinning now.
What did you roll a 4?
Yeah, dude.
No.
No.
These guys.
Well, they used to be right here.
Not in Imperials, you can't.
down.
They have to have the chapter tactic.
So we will be we'll be back after the assault phase.
3s?
3 dead gaunts.
Yeah, I don't think there's any venom or anything over here, so.
I just thin out the
So you guys are gonna assault?
Hold on.
I don't have any assault.
Drop pod is ballistic
I
skill
have
4.
everything.
So far, one of the big
Let's just go 4. One more hit then.
No, that's what it was. I
Roll
was
wounds.
serious. So he didn't have cover saves from different.
One more guy.
So we'll be back after the assault phase.
Acid blood is
Well, the giant lance robot killed a monster.
I don't think I hurt you at all.
Okay, so.
Used to stand there.
because they have a chance to go.
Yeah.
2 attacks.
Fight here.
Is that what he was having?
Actually, it's
Alright.
This Titan actually charged.
yeah, in this case, each one like
Indeed.
Carnifex.
No, no.
His toes touching the Carnifex.
I'm up at skill 4.
So you hit me on 4s.
Is it 4 still?
Yes.
Okay. Got initiative.
Okay.
Okay.
On 2s.
Charge there.
I mean, do you want to roll those out?
Squish, squish, squish.
Well, we have to find out how.
The way he's been rolling, yeah. Well, I want to roll it out.
All right, whatever.
Brood Lord fought the sergeant, Terminator sergeant, killed him.
Or say, look out, too, because I didn't move him close enough.
Hit with 2.
You can just remove the jeans.
Do not
I
do.
don't care. It makes it more awesome.
Do you say what I mean?
Mastercrafter. So we roll one of the hits.
Reroll one of the hits.
Hits. Can
Do
we
we
fail this
do leadership?
There's one wound.
So there's kind of where we're at
So initiative check.
Still within 12
at the
of
end.
synapse.
You have to
So,
roll a
yep.
1.
Fearless.
No,
No, they just fall. They fall. They fly away.
So this is the beginning of Tyranids turn 2.
I'm gonna go upstairs and back there. I think.
Center's still strong. Couple great big walkers coming out for the Tyranids. I guess one Carnifex got squished into the Titan's foot back there. Hierodule still flying. Turn 1 has finished. Turn 2 is about to begin. Turns are supposed to be going a little faster now since tons of stuff has died. This is the Tyranids death pile right here. So some big stuff here and flyers. And then these guys are in reserve. Haven't come in yet. So when everyone gets back, we will move to turn 2, and I'll film this. Film the end of the Tyranids movement phase. So that's where we're at.
We took some friends with him.
So here we are at end of turn 2 movement turn for the Tyranids. And as you can see, they've all gotten really close.
Hey, we should go on the ground.
So
I agree.
there's going to be some massive assaults this turn.
No, he's playing.
No idea what's about to happen.
There's quite a bit of a gap here, though, in
I'm telling you, I'm coming here.
this flank.
Really
The center, though, oh my gosh, look at that.
Man, if you make a unit
That Terminator squad is going to get hit with a lot.
Grab the relic and run there. A couple of dreadnoughts.
it's like tag. This is the safety
There's
zone.
not enough, not
No
a whole
touching
lot
in the
left
safety
here.
Once the Turian gets it, it's like, this is
This
where
right
I'm
here-
gonna go.
This right here is like the perfect.
This is the aloe right here.
Yeah, this is like the perfect scene from a book. Right here. It's like.
You know what the sad part is that the Terminators would still live after
Some of
about
these
3
guys
days.
turned around. Looks like warriors turned around with some Formagons.
That's what I view as.
Yep,
It's like
Hormagons
just
and some
swarming.
trees.
It's got a librarian and
Warriors
Lysander with
turned
9
turned to
Terminators
face
in
the
there,
stern
and it's
guard.
just the whole horde.
I know,
It's like,
And
This looks like.
I'll see you tomorrow at 12:30 for lunch.
This actually looks like a picture
gonna
from
take
the
your
book.
big
Like
guy?
you can
Yeah.
barely see the ground. It's just like.
Terminators are all like back.
they had a drop pod come in.
That's the way it should be.
That is badass.
The first one to hit
The
dies.
swarm's going here.
That looks like the moon. Like
What's funny is
I'm actually taking a picture. Launch shields.
Yeah, why don't you take
now the funniest part
Where did
is
the
this
other
side.
drop pod
Doing
go?
pretty good. Like not great, but good.
Is
That side
the,
also doing okay. Middle.
I think
just
here
fine.
is
Dude, I knew that was gonna come at me, bro.
Oh, there it is. Like,
I was like, I'm gonna take off
right
as much as I
there.
can.
It's like, where's the other Terminator? Drop pods right there.
Lots of mad
Yep,
aggro.
and drop these guys off right here.
Oh god.
They're gonna have a great day. They're gonna have a nice, warm, and comfortable day.
Nice, warm, comfortable day.
Yeah, you're gonna kill those.
Might be a little too warm for them.
Concussive, if I shoot it, it makes a difference. I hope.
So anyway,
See that picture over there?
Might cause a wound.
that is
The Terminators. Just like,
The other location.
end of turn 2 movement for the Terminators.
It's kind of a
And the focus, the reason why these guys are taking pictures is
Strength.
they're calling this the Alamo for the Terminators.
Alright, we got a camera coming in.
Strength 8 or strength?
So anyway, we'll be back after the shooting phase.
Strength 7.
Scatter.
So OldManSarge back, and
What is it,
this
a
is the
large
end of Tyranids 2 shooting phase.
Alright.
So these Biobores wiped out
Heavy gun
On
is
him?
small.
these
Oh, it's the small
mechanics
blast.
guys.
Strength 9, so it'll be 3 days.
Yeah, 82.
Quite a few shots went into the
3 dead guys.
So fast.
We're gonna look out
the
for
Terminators are to the Marines here, but he saved almost all of them.
Any die, please?
He only lost 2 guys, I think.
Die.
3 guys. 3 guys.
Die, Sergeant.
Nope, he does.
What else happened here? Not a whole lot. Looks like
We lost all of the scouts.
oh, the scouts. The scouts used to be here. They're not there anymore. There's a couple. There's like 3 left.
Yeah, those goddamn fire bolts.
Yeah. You can tell if the white
I don't know
on
the fires.
So there's still quite a few Marines in the middle
2 of your
here.
haywire missiles into the side of one of those.
Oh, right, because you can only fire 2 at a time.
Yeah.
I think 4 Terminators died from some shooting,
They're holding the line!
Yeah, they're about to get, assaulted.
but the Marines are holding okay
Remember this thing? Things don't get to drink against this.
Yeah.
here.
There's not a whole lot to see. It hasn't really.
This is kind of bad. The Shadow Sword
You guys have been shooting at the ground.
was shot at by
Oh, I gotta go.
Oh, you
a
have
higher,
Yeah. Little dice? What color?
The little ones that are the.
and it blew up.
Yeah,
You got one
And when
over
it blew up, it went nuclear and
I
destroyed a
have to.
Lehman Russ.
yeah. My wife's blowing my phone
That
up.
one right
so-
there.
Can we get a die with the 2 on it? Thank you.
Gracias.
I don't know where you have any others though.
I had one.
So 2 haywire missiles.
You put one on him, but I thought you got back.
So, and then of course, that thing died.
Excuse me one last time. Well, not the last time. That was Darren.
So we'll come back around here. I'm kind of interested to know how the Space Marines are holding out in the corner that drop potted
Oh
in.
my god, Merlin, you're killing me. Except
still
you're
there.
not because your dice are terrible.
You're killing me, except you're not. I like it.
Drop pods. So we will be back with Tyranid turn 2, the assault phase. This is going to be a bloody assault phase, I think.
Hi, Scott's camera.
There's all kinds of things that is going to happen. So we will
Ooh, you're gonna get some Marines.
we'll return.
Bye, Scott's camera.
Drool camera.
Well, you gotta make sure it's touching the tank, don't you? Because you fired at the tank.
What is?
Oh, is that it?
No, that's just standard.
There might be a few
I'll allow
other
it.
little things that happen before the
Maybe just get 2
assault
Marines
phase.
in that
but-
direction?
Yep. It looks like. No, I give you 3 because there's that dude right there too.
Alright.
So 3 Marines and the tank.
So we will return
From 2 different
after the Tyranids assault.
These are all the. They're 2 different units.
We're going to look at the last stand of the
So 3 assault Marines and 2 Ravens.
Yeah.
Terminators face
We'll
off
make sure of that.
against tons of Tyranids.
You gotta roll 1 more.
Looks like they're coming at him from 3 sides, but I believe they got shot at from one side, so they're just going to be attacked in the front, I believe. So we'll be back. So what's happened over here during the Tyranid assault phase? What happened?
4 tanks died.
This is one of them here.
One of them, those 2 died. One over there died.
Wow, lots of tanks died.
However, we shall see if I can strike one last blow before I die.
You got 1 big heavy left, and
2. 'Cause I got that thing.
you got this thing too. Okay.
And then the Warhound.
He went to kick him in the nest.
So, Redeemer?
Yeah. So,
End of our turn, regenerate?
oh, no, it's at the beginning of our turn.
Beginning.
So, Lysander lost most of his bodyguards. He's down to 1 Terminator and a Librarian there.
Okay.
There's Gene Stealers and Assault Marines still locked in close combat over there.
Where?
Straight down where you're at looking at, bud, in the trench.
Oh, I got. There's one.
You have one Gene Stealer valiantly defending against the evil Imperium.
And look at this. There's one guy taking on 4.
And he's hurt too. He's that contender have a couple hull points missing.
He has one left.
He has one left. And then the Gene Stealers are locked with the tactical squad there. The Titans are locked in combat. The Stern Guard all but disappeared over here.
Hey, there's one.
One guy's running away.
Ronald is left.
And then the Rippers ate the Skitarii that were up front here, and they saw dessert on the hill, so they're coming up there to get that. And
looks like you got some Tyranids attacking a dreadnought too.
Things are looking.
Or were they just shooting at it?
Oh yeah, they just locked it in hand to hand because they're fearless, so it can just kill 1 or 2 a turn, and then they'll stand there because they got a fearless guy nearby.
So you're in the lines. It looks like the Tyranids have made it into the
consolidate
Imperium.
for this guy, so that guy's gonna consolidate 5.
Where are you gonna plant it?
No, the Jurassic Park dinosaur is on its way.
Actually, I'm gonna 5 this way.
Dominus Rex.
I don't want to fight.
All right.
Face.
So now the Imperials have
Imperials
a
get
few
their
reinforcements.
Get their reinforcements, so we're going to start Imperial turn 2. They get their flyers coming in, they get 2 deep striking units of Terminators coming in, and they get a Land Raider that gets to drive in on one of the sides of the road, because it's coming in from
Over here, help me. No, you're guard, you're supposed to die.
Your Valkyrie comes in too.
I hate to do that to you. I can't take my name Air Force without.
So that's where we're at.
Isn't it your duty to die?
We'll be back after the Imperials finish their movement turn.
Our armor is more valuable.
Iceberg on the
Johnny doesn't know. I'm glad that you got
So we got some Terminators teleporting in, deep striking in, I should say. Trying to secure this side of the board.
We threw them over there.
Oh my God!
We have some flyers that flew in, and
also, if they start shooting at the swarm,
another flyer for the Imperial Guard flew in. Marines basically kind of just moved around back in this area here.
They can shoot, they can't charge.
And there's a whole lot of fire.
There is enough.
2 shots per piece.
If I only shoot with a thermal cannon, 18 train.
He moved up.
No, they're not
Big guy moved up.
You with that? Definitely recognize your guys. You guys start shooting your guys with it.
Yes, he's just riding like
They're trying to move it, and he's just, nope, it's gonna
Warhound has 1 hull point left.
2 hull points.
2 hull points left.
cleaning out small pots.
This looks like this guy's going to do some charging against that big giant bug.
Basically what they did is they took 2 bolters.
We have a Land Raider that moved in for some support on this side, the last of the reserves.
So they're not
cool because they have mini
And over here, this is another objective, and some Terminators deep struck in to secure it, to try to stop the Tyranids from grabbing it. So this could be a pivotal turn for the Imperials. So their movement is done. Turn 2 movement phase for Imperials is finished. They're going to start shooting here soon.
Just in case they didn't have enough guns.
This is what the board looks like.
Starguard's dirty too.
More guns. What is that? What is that, a blank area? Throw a gun in there.
13 barrels square inches. You can actually put 2 more turrets here. You can put 2 more las cannons
This
here.
flank's looking pretty weak for the Imperial side. The Tyranids are overrunning the Imperial Guard.
Is that 18 inches?
Adeptus
He's got a melt against still. He's gonna try to pop one.
The center's still holding out, mainly because of these 2 guys.
3 guys.
3 guys right there, holding back a huge Tyranid swarm, backed up by some guns. But I'm not sure. Tyranids move through that. I don't know what's going to stop them. It's a huge army there.
Alright, alright when you are.
Wait, isn't the army yours that I was told to do?
Shooting phase about to start.
The Warriors.
We'll get back to you when that's finished. Okay, so this is the end of the shooting phase for the Imperial side, turn 2. And the first thing was the Land Raider did, it's not a Land Raider, what is it?
It's a Land Raider Redeemer.
Land Raider Redeemer,
And it
flamed.
cleared a path.
flamed some guys.
And then the Democron got killed by the Legion
Oh my
Blade.
gosh!
So he's gone.
Okay.
Pod's got.
Yeah, the Tyranids got destroyed. I mean, we're seeing just a general clearing out of things everywhere across the board. The Imperials are scything down bugs left and right.
Okay.
Whole squads disappeared. The funniest thing we saw happen though is the Death Strike missile went to fire and then rolled bodies over bullets and was unable to do anything but snap fired its target. So it actually didn't get to shoot. Apparently the Tyranids stole the missile.
The missile's out of ammo. What do we do? Run!
We found it again. Don't worry.
But
Broken arrow.
Broken arrow!
one of the side hierarchs died this turn too, so we're missing him now. So it's looking pretty grim for the Nids right now, honestly. But
think?
we'll see what they can come back with.
This side I thought was the weakest, and now it looks like maybe the Imperials are going to hold it.
Yeah, could be.
It was all installed. Training capture one build.
Two here.
I know.
So we're going to start to move on to assault phase for Imperials turn 3. I'll be right back with the end of that.
You don't understand, I killed.
And 5 is 10.
So we're now finishing up the hand-to-hand or the assault phase here.
How many points does he have left?
This is kind of something that I thought was a little interesting to talk about. This whole area was filled with Imperial Guard at one point. And we had hive tyrants flying over the top. We had giant monsters, you know, like right where I'm facing right now. Zoom in where that guy was. We had gargoyles right over here, I guess. And then we had a super heavy back here. I guess it was a shadow sword that blew up, and when it blew up a bunch of tanks. And so what I wanted to show you is if you look at, you can see like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Imperial tanks just right all in the I guess the trenches there they're all destroyed. And right in front of the hive tyrant is this small little Imperial Guard unit. Right here, they lived. Everything's blowing up around them. Creatures are flying over the top of them. They're, you know, Tyranids are killing people. Barrages are going off everywhere. And this one unit, this one small little guard unit, is what's left of the Imperial Guard on this side.
He's too busy defending.
I think there might be like one more, maybe. If I remember right, there's a command over here, I guess, hiding behind this vehicle. But oh, and there is a.
He's like, I'm gonna hit you. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna hide.
I don't know if you can see them. There they are. They're right hiding on the objective. One of the objectives. So there is a unit down there.
There's no bad here. There's just a
So this side of the table, it looks like the Imperial Guard actually might hold on. Tyranids. We'll see. We'll see. Now, the only other kind of funny thing that I thought was happening that I wanted to comment on is this is a hand-to-hand battle here. This is just totally heroic. This is what I guess 40K, a lot of it's about is when you end up with stories like this. But you've got Carnifexes, you've got regular Tyranids. Who are the guys that have the scythe on the other side of Lysander there? Raveners, and then you've got the only one left. The only Space Marine left in the middle there is Lysander, holding off this immense army of Tyranids, trying to keep him out of the base in the center.
We'll eat him next turn.
So that's just, to me, that's just a great story.
The pedals? I don't count them.
And they're pretty much wiping out the other guys here, and the Imperials are actually pushing out of the base, but at the same time they're getting invaded. You can see there's Gene Stealers going up against the objective there with Terminators. And then Biovores hiding in that trench back over there.
Emperor says no.
And some swarms. So even though some of their heavy stuff has run out to try to push them back, they're still invading the base over there and getting in. The center, for the Imperials. It's pretty much intact.
Either that,
Nothing's
or
really
Pat
dead
Peter
there.
Come over here and deal with this guy.
Can't deal with him.
So
Nobody can deal with
we'll be
him.
back at the end of the third turn for movement for the Tyranids. I'm just going to be interested to see if they can maybe turn this around, but from what it looks like, I'm thinking that maybe the Tyranids are on the weak side right now. We'll see what the generals do, the Tyranid generals, see if they can turn it around. So I'll see you back in a couple moments for you and a little bit of time for me. And they're all strategizing on the Tyranid side how they're going to turn this game around. So we'll be back in just a couple seconds. Okay, so I'm back, and this is the end of the movement phase for the Tyranids, turn 3.
Hey Chris,
So
I may have
this
messed up over there. What's the template
dropped off
psychic power for
all these gargoyles that were hanging on its wings.
2583.
And just after I got down telling the heroic story of the little Imperial Guard unit here,
I was moving them
now they're facing a whole squad of gargoyles.
Pan.
They'll be fine.
Moved up. He did a vector strike just now with this Hive Tyrant and destroyed one of the escorting Talons, is that what's called?
Yep, Storm Talon.
Storm
Hey, did
Talons.
those Terminators pass their panic check? I'm just saying.
They were part of the Vanguard squad, aren't they?
So,
They're fearless.
Man, scare his son.
But they cause fear.
the center is still locked into Mortal Kombat.
But it doesn't matter. They're all sent out.
For the Gene Stealers, it'll matter.
The Gene Stealers. Now here's another interesting little Gene Stealers facing down, 4 of them, and the reason there's only 4 Terminators left is a Moloch tried to come up 2 times and failed and killed a bunch of Terminators each try. So those Gene Stealers are going to try to steal that initiative.
We got them.
The Biovores moved up.
I should have stayed. He should have run and died last time.
Plus, instinctive behavior is stupid.
That's why we're not running with it.
I know.
So that's what the
He's holding the line since, you know,
It's the dumbest thing.
so that's what we look like.
children
The
die.
end of
Since all of his children died.
Wait, who-
Tyranids
last Skitarii
turn 3 movement phase. We'll be back
His children, no, one
after
of
the
his
shooting
children
phase.
being the Titan, the Titan died.
And each one of these turns is taken a little quicker because there are
That's like
literally
I don't think, well, they're
as
not
I'll show you,
the Knights as
They're
lots
not,
of
but
death.
still-
These are all
like,
the
machine, the machine
dead units
machine gods
from the Tyranids.
engines just died.
Face it, if you're in the Imperium and you watch a Night topple, your heart kind of stops.
they're all
for a
dead.
second. You're like,
So
oh.
a lot of dead
Well, that's
Tyranids,
That real, I see.
right,
some
up until
dead
that-
Tyranids mixed in with some Imperials.
and it's like,
So
Oh.
we'll be right back.
Right.
I think the
So we're back at the end of the mid-shooting phase, turn 3, and the gargoyles flew in
Chris, you
and
did 2 whole
killed almost the entire
We killed the Knight.
Imperial Guard squad.
Yeah, we smoked.
They hit the Talon from the rear, and now it's snap shooting.
Alrighty, assault phase.
That was my knight that was supposed to go up and punch things. But Dallas.
First of all, you should have told me before I killed him. Too
Yeah,
good
you're
for
right.
you to be
I
there.
apologize that you're killing the.
They shot a few other things.
Yeah.
Rending.
Destroyed one squad on the other side over here.
Shot somebody else.
Where's the rule book?
So we're
Do we have both the rule books in the same area? Let's not do that.
What kind of rule book?
I mean, little.
one.
Yeah, we have both the rule books in the same area.
I think one vehicle died
Fireworks, you're
this
gonna assault
turn.
your Terminators? Do you want to stand and
And
shoot?
then assault the building.
So now they've moved on to the assault phase.
If
So
you don't, and I
turn
make it,
3,
you'll lose your chance altogether.
I know, but you've got
turn 3.
9.
9?
But you've also got that. Yeah, I kind of does. Oh.
Tyrannid assaults.
Hey,
And they're moving their guys.
The guys inside there just stand and shoot against them.
Okay. What about the guys on top? They're not good.
All of them, yeah.
So we will
The guys
we'll be
inside
right
stand
back
against
with the
them.
end of the movement phase for the Tyranids. Turn 3. They've broken through the defenses in a couple areas, but the Imperials are pushing them back.
9.
Let's do the assault cannon.
We'll be right back.
You're immobilized.
So here's one of my little storylines. So a gaggle of gargoyles.
Penetrating.
I built these for Merlin.
There is actually
Zip to a 3-year-old.
2 Imperial Guard in there.
Does that just like crumble?
In fact, I think one guy, if we kind of like move the gargoyle away just a little bit, you can see him right there? See, that's where he is.
So you have 3 more attacks.
There's another one.
And there's another one right there, but yeah,
Roll this again.
they're taking on that whole mass of gargoyles.
Partial collapse. A D6.
My hero. Take that.
This is the
guys with the point.
You're my hero.
furthest flank here. We got
Actually, the one
Gene
in combat
Stealers
with the
charged
Lord was the
down.
assault cannon guy.
It's this dude.
I was touching him.
You were touching him too.
With the Broodlord. He's over here.
Yeah, right.
Sucking the assault cannon.
He can do it.
He was right here.
I suck.
Actually touching him.
No, I made sure he wasn't when I pushed him in there, unless he got bumped.
Yeah.
I cheat like that. You know this.
These guys are trailing off.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 normal Gene Stealers, so 18 attacks.
You killed 2.
And what used to stand here was a bastion, which was destroyed
It bumped its gun into it and toppled over.
by that guy right there.
The Marines were all bouncing like, nobody move! Nobody move! I told you not to move, Frank! Damn it, Frank!
So this is Lysander fighting against an entire army of
No,
Tyranids.
Death Weeper got 2.
That's what they're rolling up right
Oh, okay. I
now.
was like, he's in
Ooh, 2 red.
1 normal,
Alright.
2 3s.
Okay. So, which one first?
Just a
Okay.
couple 6s and a 4.
Guy. Do the 2 3-ups.
You need those for like.
Take the wound and then 2 up. Takes another wound.
He's got 1 wound left.
Oh, he might go down.
Fix the sides.
Owie,
Back away and
owie.
last cannon.
He's just, but inside of here.
This was the result of this. Two Terminators try to hold this objective over here.
I think this is the end of Lysander.
I think this might be the end of their warlord.
No, our warlord is the chapter master in the back. Lysander's just the
Lysander's the guy I'm after.
3-ups. Nope. Dead.
Lysander dies.
Overkill.
And the middle has finally been freed up for the Tyranids.
2 inches.
Hey guys, guess what we can shoot at?
All that.
Look what I just opened up.
Wiggers.
Target rich environment.
6.
All we gotta do is drop some
But there are
Or maybe a
still
Death Strike missile.
a
if I don't
large
target
number of
the
Marines back here
Guys, we ran out of missile.
to
deal with it.
right there.
Yeah,
we're
we're
out
out.
of it.
There's a blind guy like, guys, we're out.
So Mad Max character is
So
trying to
against the contemptor here.
5 inches.
We took away his visor thing and he's
Hi,
like,
Tyrants.
I can't find
Got
it.
this.
So this is the end of Tyranid turn
and then
3.
1d3 on top.
I was a little thinking that they weren't going to be able to make it into this base again, but
Like when you take
they killed the 2 Imperial squads here, and hidden
It's a dangerous terrain.
behind this tank is the
That adds one.
the guys inside
guys.
suffer a collapsed building result.
Oh, so they still take
It's 2d6 strength 6 hits.
Do it.
and they are now at the gates in the middle
I don't
in
think
the
so.
center.
Better wounds all of them.
6? Alright, that's probably gonna murderize all of them. Unless I do something.
How many are left?
Here. No, 4. Sorry.
There's 4, yeah.
I like directly to your face.
We still have some
Fine,
Terminators on
got
this
this.
side,
1s and 2s, baby.
and
2 more dead.
they have a squad here of 4 Terminators, or 4 Salt Marines, I guess.
Sarge is
I'd
gone.
rather take the Sarge.
But in the middle, they still have quite a few guys.
And then it's a pinning check. Now that your Sarge is gone, leader's bait.
Cool. No, I'm
For these guys?
You okay? You alright?
Okay. And then it's also a leadership.
On this side, it's not looking so good right now. Tanner
I don't
actually
think I want this.
has called for some assistance from the center.
You're gonna finish it. Leadership for that?
Nah.
So they're pinned.
Yeah.
It's gonna have some
No, I run 6.
Panicked.
Yeah, they run. Well, I run 2d6.
2d6, yeah.
Towards the edge. You can't get through.
So yeah,
But still.
Slow
They're
enough.
running away.
It's not that face you made.
Run on the bridge!
No, this water's really bitter, dude.
so there's still some guys in the base that are
Yeah, thanks for fingering it.
They're like a giant monster just
taking
tipped our
the
building
objective.
over. We're going
I don't know what you did to this.
Fell over.
So I'm back. This is a second day, and we've got some smoke markers out. And this is the beginning of Imperials turn 3. So they'll do their movement. So you can see like all these vehicles burning. You can tell where the Imperial Guard was in the game because a lot of smoke, a lot of fire.
Everyone's well rested and ready. Oh yeah, except none of us.
Kind of got me into.
Yes, we give you all of these crazy amount of rules. Now pick and choose which ones you want to put in your.
Like,
I think APOC does some really cool. I think APOC does some really cool things to add in. Like
when we get to night fighting, you'll see everything at night. It's going to be pretty incredible. But I'm going to save that till turn 5 for when you see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're going to go through movement of the Imperials, and then I'll be right back after that.
I enjoy Shred. I think.
But let's look at the Imperial smoke just one last time before I go.
I really want to get a couple things. Really, that would be so much better.
I think this game has a lot of character.
All right, we'll see you back in just a couple seconds for yourselves after Imperial movement turn 3. All right, so here we are at the end of turn 3 movement for the Imperials. So this is the movement at the end of the movement phase for the Imperials. The Valkyrie kind of flew in, dropped some veterans off to deal with those gargoyles.
Well, the ones in Termi armor have. Yeah, so we have 1, 2.
The Bastion that was destroyed. Some of the Marines moved a little bit around.
62. Oh, that sucks.
And they pulled back in the center. Tyranids are coming up over the wall, so they pulled back to shoot at them, I believe.
Just use all of it.
Don't do it. Okay. Here's an extra tray. Dice and everything too.
Kind of move forward a touch over here to get some shooting.
Those guys are warm.
They moved over to try to assist, I think. Those assault marines are going to assist the Terminators, trying to hold that objective.
They're 1.
They're coming for those guys.
I have Terrence 2.
Couple dreadnoughts going after the warriors, it looks like. And
Let me double check with Chris. Hey Chris, these guys are 1 second.
the Land Raider Redeemer and
So 10, 11, 12.
his assistant. What is this, Chris? What is this?
That is a Knight Megara. Or
Knight-
Megara, depending on how you pronounce it.
Knight Bajera from
Megara, it's for the Adeptus Mechanicus.
the last model.
No, it is the last Adeptus Mechanicus model on the table.
Oh wow, okay. The Tyranids have eaten up the robot Adeptus Mechanicus and they left one still there.
The big one.
There's one other Knight still on the board, so the Knight household's been reduced to their last model.
So we have 16.
The Adeptus Mechanicus been reduced to their last model. The Guard are suffering, but the Marines are doing okay still.
Marines are supposed to be the backbone, though. Like they're
Yep,
supposed to survive.
and they are doing it.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to the psychic phase, and then I won't film that, and then we'll go to the shooting phase. So I'll be back at the end of the shooting phase just to kind of show you.
See how many Tyranids are taken off.
Yeah, how many Tyranids are taken off, but the center is wavering a little bit now. They did pretty well in the center the first 2 turns, and now there's some Tyranids coming over the wall. After they killed Lysander, they opened up a breach. So we'll be back. And here we are at the end of the Imperials shooting phase, turn 3.
I know if this is alive, it's going for
This side of the board really looks like they've cleared a lot of the Tyranids away. There's still some over there in hand-to-hand, some Gene Stealers. There's still a Lictor here.
Yeah, he's Link.
Yep.
Unless my wife stole it.
And they've got their big guy still there, but there's still a lot of Marine firepower here.
Because I can clear that automated fire. There's a lot of good stuff.
They have to come to you.
We have automated.
Although
He still has an assault.
we're gonna need a big guy.
We shot this middle
So
one.
in the middle,
Have automated fire.
is thinned down a lot.
I was literally waiting until the end of the shooting.
So there's still some Tyranids, but looks to me like Imperials have really thinned down the lines.
Unless he's 7 in the book. Is he 7 in the book?
He's straight 6 with the Dreamer.
He didn't charge this turn.
Both of the Punisher cannons have to fire.
So
It's our turn. Can't believe you.
they've really pushed the Tyranids out of the base. Over on this side, they've got
Or does it?
this unit still here, this
Did you move your vehicle?
Yeah.
Terminator unit. Got rid of the gargoyles. There isn't anything left in the back. In the back on the left side
Actually surprised.
for the Tyranids, they're just at the walls in the center,
Small children, the loudest one.
and there's only one unit
I have automated turrets. I was waiting till
back. So
hitting on.
that's the end of the shooting phase. So we'll move on to the assault phase for the Marines.
Hey!
For the Imperial side. So we'll be right back for turn 3 Imperial assault
Comes
phase.
downstairs, it's like, it's just ran.
So here we are
Actually,
at
1 by 1.
the end of turn 3.
Yeah, you caused 3 wounds, I caused 2.
Oh, yeah.
So
Look how fine you
We're
are.
finishing up this
What are the
one
leadership
combat
team?
here around the objective.
Yeah.
I need a 9 or under. They held their
High
ground,
combat, so they're still
and they killed
fighting.
the librarian.
There's a lector that might come in and help.
Send a Titan.
Yeah, because we were coming back on that psychic phase.
Any other assault?
And then over there, that.
Remember,
And
you have a gun that has Skyfire.
So now we're moving on to turn 4.
Whatever you want to
The
shoot.
beginning of
Kill
turn
it.
4, which will be the Tyranids.
You shot at it,
Turn
charge it.
4.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not much has changed since the movement phase, so this can be a rather short little part here.
To get the searchlight to work.
So turn 4, we'll be right back after that.
Maybe.
Okay, so we are now at the Tyranid turn 4,
It's
and so it's the end of the movement phase for Tyranid turn 4. So we got a Hierophant moving up here. The Moloch got placed. Tyranids are pouring into the establishment now. That looks like a pour to me.
Trickle. Like a drip.
That's right.
Typical Imperial propaganda.
And then
It's just a trickle.
we've got quite a few like guards and other stuff coming in the center here.
And
It's just a trickle.
And they've now breached the center, which the Imperials have held for so long.
We need bug spray. Safe.
This is a Hyro duel
If I'm
here,
not tasty, I can't be eaten.
and right,
There's a 2-inch
barbed hire duel.
barbed Hyro
All
duel.
the side
I don't know,
Tyranids are
these
dead.
guys
The 3
eat
barbed
metal.
ones are still alive.
Yeah,
was,
metal's tasty. Have you ever eaten metal shavings?
Pretty close, and we got a Hierophant
No, it's true. You get that.
that has made it into the base. It's stomping on dead vehicles that were destroyed earlier. There's one underneath its base there, and
Fiber. It's fiber.
Marines should be a little scared.
It's like eating bamboo. It's just all fiber.
This side still looks fairly strong for the Imperial side. It was the weakest to begin with, but they put a lot of their reinforcements over there.
We're talking metal shavings.
There's a few things.
It'll look a little thinner once the Tyranids shoot, don't worry.
So when the Tyranids get done shooting, I've been told that it will thin out.
Okay, you say.
So that is the turn 3, or turn 4. Turn 4 movement phase for the Tyranids. And we'll be back after the shooting phase. See how much they can reduce it by. Okay, turn 4 at the end of the shooting phase for the Tyranids.
Was he even there?
Not a whole lot happened. There was a lot of whiffs by the Tyranid player on this side of the board. They did kill a Tech Marine.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can get around behind
You
them,
set the chip down, people are like, oh.
One major event that did take place is the Warhound died. They concentrated fire on it and took it out. They did put a few
Concentrate fire, they like 2 things shot at it, blew up.
wounds.
he shot it with a big book.
Almost took out the
It is pretty thin.
flyer, but they didn't quite do it. He's back in the air, this Hyro duel, I guess is what it's called. And
Saw that.
The Valkyrie ordered its crew out,
Your head, Dallas.
and as soon as they landed,
That guy.
they got flamed. So they're no longer there.
The ginger finger of death.
That's how they get the salt.
So now we're going to move on to the assault phase for Tyranids, turn 4. So we'll be back right after they get done with that,
About to get shot. You go
and we'll see what the battlefield looks like at that point.
There's no jump back on that night. He can't go anywhere. He's surrounded by guys.
I'm not gonna assault here with
Isn't that
it.
attractive?
So there is
You can't just verbally-
I agree.
No, I know. You shoot. You
some
shoot.
Tyranids still
Heavy stubber. Assault them.
putting pressure on the
And then you stomp.
right side of the battlefield if you were to
Stomp, stomp, stomp.
look at it
If I
from the
shoot
Tyranids
anything
perspective.
small though with this thing, I have to snap fire at everything else.
I got a Hierophant with
You
only
roll
2
the
wounds
unit
on it
for
marching
endless
through the
swarm.
field
If I
here.
shoot a stubber at it
In the center they finally made it,
because it's turn 3, I can't.
but I
fire my
don't know if they've
battle cannon or my
actually
carapace.
been able to breach the defenses yet.
Do that. I cannot. It's per unit.
On the left side, there are a lot of Tyranids coming through the gap there.
Wait. So then why don't you? So you battle cannon something that doesn't.
And there's
have-
still
you
a battle
shoot
going
all
on
that
for the
stuff.
Because you
objective.
declare everything at the same time.
Yeah.
And they got a Hierophant here, however he only has 2 wounds left. He's
That's why you
got
don't shoot at the swarm.
8 wounds on him out of 10.
It's not like we need to get rid of the swarm.
But I'm sure that he's going to
They're
charge
fine.
something and
They're already
destroy
taken-
something
I can
in the
tell you
meantime.
they're taken care of over here.
So we'll be back
You're doing great.
after Tyranid turn 4, the assault phase.
He listens to the comments. You don't see them because they're.
How are those guys?
Okay, we're back, and this is the end of Tyranid turn 4 assault phase.
They're hiding.
There's a Broodlord contesting the objective still.
You're wrong.
A couple Terminators
Come out of the woodworks.
Yeah.
still running through.
Catechin.
Couple
Start spawning out of there.
couple tanks were destroyed this turn. Looks like in the assault phase.
Snorkels.
Got a couple guards here, and
command squad holding the objective still. Like all the men died. They're like, no, we got this. We're
We're
winning.
We are a fixed.
they're in the Tyranids after the
We have to hold this crap.
the assault phase have made it into the center base,
Hold this crap.
but they're right in front of a giant.
Right before they went into their
Robot.
on top of the objective, the commissar would have been slapped super stupid silly glue on it, and they landed like.
We've got some Ripper swarms
No.
right next to the bio, or the Hierophant. Hierophant wiped out a gun turret building,
I think we should just send one in.
and that's where we're at.
He's going to the objective.
Imperials still hold all the objectives, but the Tyranids have made it into the complex in the center now, and on the left. So it's a close game.
Okay, so he goes
into there, the swarm, ties them
So
up.
now we're going to move on
Bring
to
him
Imperials
over, try to
turn
claim the
1
objective.
movement,
He shoots that guy with his
and
lads.
we will
He shoots
come back at the end of that.
His lads and his missiles.
Alright. No, not to mention we have the 4 missiles in here that can go on that guy. And some snipers on him as well.
Be right back.
So, missile.
So here we are at the end of turn 4 movement phase for the Imperials. They moved out.
Everything
The Tyranid or the
has to go in that.
Terminators moved out, I guess, to take
What else are they gonna shoot
some
at?
shots and maybe stop the assault from what's left here.
3 up.
But he's flying again too.
He was flying again. So he get to
The Flyers have moved over. A unit has gotten out and is going to put some pressure on these Hyro duels, I believe is what they call them here.
Because it is a flying monster creature.
So that's kind of what that looks
Tanner,
like.
it's coming to crunch time, son!
Yeah, it is.
It's time to nut up or shut up. It's time to plant boots on objectives.
No, the last turn is going to be the time to plant boots on objectives.
No, it's time to secure boots on objectives right now.
Ooh, he did get out with this guys out of the Land Raider Redeemer,
Where are those guys going?
the Lightning Claws.
Into that?
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it. What a long way, man.
8 inches.
That's a long way.
And
You don't have fleet.
that's where we
What's this thing's number 2?
we have. Now it's going to go to the shooting phase, which is obviously the longest
There's 8 wounds on it.
for the Imperials. They got a lot of shooting.
We're going to fire everything else first.
So we'll be back at the end of the shooting phase. We'll leave you the nice video of
The big
the
cannon goes for it, who's
If the
knowledge?
big,
one of my
if the
favorite
big cannon-
models on the
yeah,
board.
If I can save the big cannon for that.
He's just so
And then
cool.
hit the big guy in the back.
Yep.
And then Hierophant has made it into the base. It's walking over tanks that have been destroyed earlier.
Zones are over the back.
So this is the end of the Imperials shooting phase. A few, not really not much on this side happened.
I tried, man.
They put a wound on the Haradul.
The Harridan and the Hierophant
Harridan.
both got wounded. These guys are hurt. Some wounds were issued. Some models were killed.
The center, we've only got
Sad movie.
What cost?
one unit pressing the center anymore. And on the end,
All those poor dead Vindicators.
they're
And
still...
look at him, he's just standing in the smoke.
Did you ever get to shoot the big blast?
Big blast from him.
One time, I
Vindicators.
think. One time.
Yeah, we
One
once.
two.
That's all you need, once.
Now we're moving on to
Everybody
the
gets one.
assault phase.
That's why, you see why everything's dead? That's why.
Sure at least one Vindicator was shaken every round.
So they didn't get the cannon.
So we'll be right back after the assault phase is complete.
Rolling 8.
Somebody kill this
I
death
saw him
quick
going
so I
this
get
end,
my
you're on
die.
that end. Good luck, buddy.
Good luck.
See you on the other side.
It's immoral.
So this is the end
Done.
of
Molly tried to
the
go underground. He was like,
assault
no.
phase for turn 4 for the Imperium. The Moloch got killed.
The
Broodlord died, so now they've got the objective back.
And then this Contemptor is locked in combat with these Devour Goths, which is just to try to keep them from getting to the objective, which was a smart move.
And that's
I'm surprised I thought of
right
it.
there.
And then the other combats we saw.
This was an interesting one here.
No, he didn't. I was mine.
Yep, 5 Terminators with Thunderhammers and Storm Shields charged the Hierodual through a series of horrible die rolls. 4 of them died.
Because I'm amazing.
But they managed to inflict 2 wounds on it before they died. So they did some damage.
Yeah, with less
And then there's a
shots.
Dreadnought there with one little Gaunt on the ground. They're fighting him. And it's not really doing anything. The Librarian back there is locked in with a whole bunch of Ripper Swarms. He had a tactical squad with him earlier, but they seem to have left.
And we still killed the
They went to get coffee or something.
Which means this area
And then a Chaplain is locked in combat with a bunch of Gaunts here.
Save this in the middle.
Until Mama runs up and eats him in a minute.
The Death Sleeper?
But that was not the way they expected that combat to go. He expected to get in there and kill a bunch of Gaunts. Instead, he took a wound and killed a Gaunt.
Yeah.
So
that's the end.
Because I'm doing awesome.
So I guess we're entering night fighting.
we are going into night fighting. So
And we have kind of a special treat when we do the night fighting filming. So shall we start with the beginning of the turn, what it looks like before the Terminators move, or
before we do movement.
before we do movement? So I'll be right back, and we'll hit the lights, and you can see. You're not going to see everything, but it looks pretty eerie with the green lights and the explosion markers. So we'll be right back.
Why wouldn't they?
All right, this is the beginning of turn 5. This is night fighting, and you can see the explosion markers. And the lights are still on in the city. They haven't been shut off by the for the moment. I'm gonna film it from the Imperial side because it's actually more lights. You can't see any more what's outside of the city. But there are some fights going on. You can see right here the legs of a Hierophant as it walks into the city. And this is kind of one of the alleyways.
I love the visual
So-
when you get right here, the thing just flying over the city. Oh yeah.
With the night fights ready to start.
This is kind of hilarious. Night fighting. I'm blocked out by most of the lights so I can see them up right there, but I can see them.
And then right here we have a Contemptor. And he is by himself blocking an alley with a bunch of Tyranids behind him, or right in front of him, I should say.
I think it's oddly heroic.
We'll try to see if we can maybe get...
I want to do more light effect boards after seeing that.
I know, it looks so good.
You should not.
This right here
The things he's talking about doing next.
the big things he's talking about doing next.
You know, so.
Merlin? Merlin?
He's upstairs.
Merlin.
You want to know what, Tanner? Actually, if you created like a damaged city board, I can make a circuit to where it looks like the lights are sparking.
I'm going to try to see if I can get the... This is a Hierodual, is that what it's called? No,
Flying guy, Harridan.
Harridan. So you're probably not going to see the Harridan, but maybe if I get close enough.
Scott. From right where I'm at. The camera picks it up different though.
The light.
You can see the shadow of the Harridan with the city behind him.
And Nick's camera in the background.
And Nick's camera in the background. There he is, the shadow of the Harridan. And this is a good full view of the lights and all the tanks that are burning. You can see they're represented by the
Fire.
fire.
It's not all the tanks. We ran out of fire.
That's true.
But they're flickering.
There should be like 4 or 5 more.
It could be more on fire.
So we're probably going to have the lights on when we do our battles. I don't think this would work too well. So we'll be right back after Tyranid's movement turn 1.
Well,
Turn 5, pardon me. Turn 5. Don't want to recycle the game.
Turn 1. We got to make up like 4 turns.
So we'll be right back.
That was our first turn right there, really.
Tyranid movement turn 5.
I think it's at least 18.
Turn 5.
18. It's not 12.
What
The
Oh.
Hierophant moved in. Looks like it's going to probably destroy that tank, I'm guessing.
24 inches. For
Ripper Swarms didn't really do anything because they're still in combat. This is turn 5 movement phase for the Tyranids. They got a bunch more here in the middle.
This guy there was there.
Formagants
Dreadnought.
moved up a little closer.
Dreadnought.
Yeah, so paroxysm on the Dreadnought.
Okay. The Lictor looks like he's gonna
They have 8 levels. We lost a brood lord.
go there.
We have 1 less die. So 8.
So
you roll a 4, so we have 12 dice. Oh, we have 8 mastery levels.
So we've got 7.
7, 12, I like those odds.
That's our pool.
Wow, it's really gone downhill for your Psychers as of late.
I knew it would.
Here they're dying or getting lazy.
So now we're moving on to the Psyker and the shooting phase for the Tyranids, and we'll be back at the end of that. Turn 5. So this is the end of the Tyranids shooting phase, turn 5. And one of the things that happened is the Hierophant burned their last remaining Imperial Guard, which was holding this objective. So there's going to be a race to get people on that objective again, otherwise it'll not count in this game.
Apple bottom jeans. Is that really what they say?
Yeah.
Unfortunately. I always assumed I was listening to it wrong.
That's my song.
Tyranids are trying to overcome, go around this dreadnought,
Really? That's bonkers. How did they put
and they're still near this center objective.
Taking out all the bad lyrics.
Dude, they had a song the other day. God, what was it?
I came in like a rain.
No, but it was something really
And,
really. I think it was.
They're going to try to take that objective away from the remaining
show on TV.
Terminators.
Like they're talking about all this. I mean, little kid show, and they're
But
singing.
I think by the end of the assault phase, this tank may not exist anymore, because I think that Hierophant is going to charge in and try to kill it.
That's easy for you to say. You're not a parent.
It is easy for me to say because I'm not a parent.
Exactly.
So this is what the
that was as a child.
No, I mean, as a kid,
end
I
of
had no
turn
idea.
5 Tyranids shooting phase. And we did lose a Talon. Used to be like way over there. So we'll be back after the Tyranid assault phase, turn 5.
No more reserves, right?
Alright, this is the end of turn 5 Tyranid assault. They almost took out this vehicle, but As you can see, 7 hull points have been taken out of it.
You can't stop me.
Now the blade's hurting now.
It's going to die next
One more
turn.
It gets 1.
The Hyrule Duel killed the Terminator that attacked it.
These Hormigons
think we're getting
to
a
assault
reference to Terminators.
They ran the assault.
I'm gonna hopefully
They're gonna be assaulting hopefully next turn.
What about these guys?
They attempted. Merlin attempted.
Did you, that Dreadnought fight? Did he kill the Gaunt in front of him?
The Dreadnought did it fight?
Oh, the Dreadnought forgot to fight.
So Dreadnought still
You
has
heard
to
me throw out
fight.
the fight.
What, that one?
No, we did that.
We did that.
Thanks for
He didn't
having
kill
me.
the
It was
guy.
fun.
Oh my.
Serious? Actually, that's not good for
Gaunt is
perfect
still
whip.
left.
See you guys later.
See you, man.
Yeah. No, it was like 1 hit, and then he rolled to wound. It
That
was
was
a
an even
1.
playing field.
They did, however, take this objective by killing Death Leaper.
Yeah.
So they have it for now, but there are Ripper
Owls.
Swarms
Did that Hive Tyrant fail to
and
kill
Hermagaunts
the Dreadnought?
It didn't even hurt the Dreadnought.
charging
That's why you
there.
shouldn't let Merlin roll.
So now
I'm not doing very well.
we're moving on to turn 5
obviously
for
not
the
doing
Imperials.
good today.
Dallas took all the luck.
Yeah,
I know, I'm just, apparently I eat it.
So turn 5 Imperials movement phase. And as you can tell,
I dump it all at the same time.
the battlefield is quite strewn with wreckage,
That bastion, there's a
and
squad?
there would be dead bodies everywhere.
Just making sure.
If
No,
we
we
could
got
just-
this.
I keep forgetting those are all kind of team in there. Because I suck.
Hey, man,
So
I
we'll be
remember
back
my
at the
squad.
end of the
That's not a dev squad, it's a heavy squad.
I
It's
remember.
guard.
movement phase for the
Chris,
Imperial
They're
side.
still infantry.
Oh yeah, they're in
They're in the
buildings.
Firestone.
So this is the end of the movement phase for the Imperial side. Their Baneblade moved back a little bit. I don't know exactly where he's going to fire, but maybe out in the field
It's
as
okay, he
well as.
doesn't either.
Okay, so those two don't
Things
get fired. It's like, back away, get away.
Wait, say that one.
They're still
These guys will come
tied
back.
into combat there.
Scatter back and below the thing.
I'm just saying, I've seen you roll today.
Here's hoping. One more scatter off and take out one of the Hydras.
There really wasn't that much movement, just more of arranging of the vehicles to face different directions.
They can't.
Land Raider did go up.
Like 6
Looks like it's going to take out some Ripper Swarms maybe.
Shotguns over there, take
And the Terminators
big shots.
maybe are going to charge the back of those
Rippers, both Devastators.
Hermagaunts. Try to stop them from getting the
The
objective.
Hierophant's like,
And then this warrior and this dreadnought are playing hide and go seek around the building here.
Sneaky, sneaky. That thing's getting one hell of a cover save and nothing shoots at it.
So this is the end of Imperial turn 5
Who needs
movement
conversations
phase.
when you have kids?
We'll be back after the shooting
Funny,
phase.
it's night fighting, so it's gonna be like a 4.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be a 3.
Okay, so this is the end of the turn 5 shooting phase for the Imperial side. They've done quite a bit of damage to the Tyranids. So there isn't any more Tyranids except for that one unit harassing the left side of the board. In the center, the Hierophant Hairduel has been destroyed. And there's one unit below that can possibly get into the objective, which is behind this building, right behind it.
Finish up the assault phase. and we'll-
You'll be missed.
And
I really do like it a lot more though when the game doesn't focus on like, oh, we've got to eliminate the big dudes to get points.
Right.
It's more so about
so this is where we're at.
This is about the infantry.
Yeah, and honestly, it felt like the big guys were focusing on the big guys the entire time, which is
Which is
what
what
it
it
should.
should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we are going
so
to
everybody focus on the one big guy.
go
Get
to
points.
the
So at the next break, they can bring
assault
one
phase,
big guy
turn
back.
5 for the Imperials.
It's retarded.
And then we'll move to the last turn of the game. So we'll be right back.
I can't believe we're almost done with this. So far.
Alright, this is the end of turn 5. So the Imperials just finished their assault phase.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And
You want me to wake you up?
No.
not a whole lot different.
Turn on when I hear it. Shut up.
The Terminators are probably the most notable. They killed
tired. I just yelled.
some Gaunts, and then they retreated back to try to get closer to the objective. But it looks like
Tighten back around.
this
Capture one Terminator so you follow the objective.
this
Ow!
Yeah.
No, I know.
big guy is going to probably smush them.
But they intercept.
So nobody will
Yeah,
probably
no one
get
has
the
this
objective
You
here.
guys had a bad objective down there. Contested, you guys might.
Just through my team measure.
It's behind the pole.
That's the final point in the middle. And I knew that's how it was gonna go too.
Wow,
At that
Dallas.
exact same time.
And so that's the end of turn 5.
Oh, that would have sucked.
These Ripper Swarms have been fighting this one captain for quite a while now.
You could have just done that in the beginning.
And then you're gonna murder this Baneblade.
How much is being to you? Maybe I should. Nah, I could bounce off and land on the table.
There is still a chance that they could get over there.
I mean, it would hurt Tanner really badly.
So we'll be back with the final turn, turn 6.
Either you just, no, you just rolling bad or something. I'm running great.
I can't believe the Magira is still alive.
Do it. It hasn't taken anything.
That's the ultimate victory.
We'll be back at the end of
The mechanic is still
the movement
alive.
phase for the Tyranids.
Also, next
You
turn
have to
turn
add
6.
theory whenever you play a dice all the time. Even
Oh,
if it's
yeah,
guaranteed.
it has
Like,
2
I have
wounds
12
left.
attacks that I wound on 2.
we have anti-air everywhere.
My other option.
Alright, we're just about ready to start turn 6 of this epic game, and it's been night fighting even though we turned the lights on obviously to play the game, but here's kind of what it looks like from this side of the table. You can kind of see we got some backlights now, so you can kind of see just a little bit of that Heraduel flying over there and the Valkyrie in front of it. And so if we come down, we can kind of get a closer look at the Dreadnoughts, the Terminators holding this objective over here.
I can see the shadow and it's horrifying.
Of the Harridan?
And so, come around here, and we kind of look down. There's a little bit of a battle going on here. We've got a Hive Tyrant and a Guard attacking a Contemptor Dreadnought, and in front of him is some Gaunts. So he's been blocking the passage for the Gaunts for quite a few turns, but now he's got a Guard and a Hive Tyrant there to try to turn the battle against the Imperials. So here's the other objective. And they're actually fighting right here, which actually contest the objective. There's, I think, 3 Hormagaunts there fighting some Space Marines. And if we come down and look through this passageway, you can see that on the top there's a Dreadnought, but below there's a couple Tyranids. I believe they're warriors. And then this fight, we already covered this, but I'll show it real quick. Ripper Swarms. And this Hierophant, he's already broken into the city. So he's, right now he's threatening a Baneblade. And he's probably going to try to stop what's coming over here to try to get the objective, which are a few Terminators. So those are the Terminators. They're trying to get back to the objective, which is right behind them. So this is like the clutch turn. It seems like the Tyranids are probably not going to quite make it, but it's actually been a very, very close game for how many points they played. 20,000 points on each side. Essentially 2 full days of combat, of playing. About 3 to 4 people on each side moving the models around. So that's the Hive City that the Tyranids are trying to bust into. And chances are, it looks like now that maybe the Imperials are going to stop them this time. But who knows? We got one last turn to figure that out. So we'll be back with Tyranid turn 1, or Tyranid turn 6, the final turn for them to try to get 2 objectives.
Hard.
So this is the end of the Tyranid movement turn on turn 6, so the final turn of the game.
Nah, I called super hard boys.
They
30 boys.
just basically kind of moved up into places. I think he's trying to get rid of those Terminators so nobody can claim that objective, because there's not going to be anything left that can do it.
We're getting super hard boys for orcs.
And
I thought I
then,
heard boys. That's why he came down.
Big old flyer came over
So
here,
our boys, where are they? They'll be next
threaten that other objective, maybe take them off of it.
I don't know if my hardcover rulebook ever came out, actually.
Tyranids. Tyranids and Space Marines unite.
What did you say? There's a billion books floating around right now.
You're like, I heard boys. I was like, super hard boys. He's like, that'd be next week. And I was like, yeah, next week I can bring a helmet.
Because that bed frame is just so...
That's what I was like, I feel dirty after that.
It just really sucks when your head collides with a bed
I feel
frame.
wrong. That's why I hold on.
Oh, hi, Scott.
Still got a little bit of a fight
So
going
close
on
now.
here.
2, 3, 4.
And
Yeah, that's sexual assault on it.
You have to put like an explicit tag on the front of this video.
You counted this guy, right?
alright, so now we're moving to the Tyranids shooting phase, turn 6.
I'm gonna watch that video just
We'll
to
be
hear
right
you
back
say
with
that.
the
Good
end
job.
result. So we're at the end of the shooting phase for the Tyranids, and they did kill the Baneblade, which was sitting here. It's gone now. The
They beat the crap out of the other nights, but...
Terminators survived all assaults or shots at it.
No, the...
It's probably gonna get assaulted.
The regular night.
The Lancers can never do well.
A couple Marines died in this area.
I did a wound thing that
The
I know they're about to fight a Titan, but it's...
I lost targets and I couldn't assault.
I know they wounded on 5. Oh, they're not
4 wounds on this guy.
Terminators.
They didn't quite take him out. They did try to take the building out, but they weren't able to do so.
Everybody's on my side of the...
And they took a couple Terminators out over here.
Right, I was like, alright, so where am I?
So this is essentially what battlefield looks like.
You read like rolling like a 6.
At the end of turn
Like that's right.
6, Tyranids, we're going to move on to their assault phase and see what they can do.
Right, Warlord can only be.
So we'll be
Or the Tau Warlord.
we'll be right back for the end of the assault phase. Tyranids turn 6.
The Tau Lord.
All right, we're at the bottom of the 6th. Tyranids just did their assaults. Hand to hand, we still got a couple Terminators left here. Looks like 3 of them. Fighting 2 gigantic creatures.
Yeah, you gotta take your girlfriend to work. I gotta go too soon. Kids got bad school and stuff.
If you need to leave dice and stuff here, I'll sort everything and try to get it back to people as soon as I can. If you're not too worried.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to stretch until the last minute so I can do as much as possible before January.
Before what?
So they finally got rid of the Contemptor Dreadnought
There's
here.
a whole lot of movement that needs to happen, really.
Some more Tyranids.
Not realistically.
And there's
I
3
think the
Hormigons.
Marines have it, though.
Still remain.
Or the Imperials, rather.
And they're coming around the other side, and the Marines are trying to stop
The
them.
Marines, man.
So far, Imperials have it.
So we will be right back.
The Marines have
Took another long review of this. But we'll be right back
provides a significant
with
Guard is right there. And
not significant.
the top of turn 6 for the Imperial.
Guard in the little building.
So they will
Hey, they're chilling
start
out
their
there,
turn
right?
6, and I'll be back after the movement
Have good
phase.
times.
This has so far been the only psychic phase.
Psychic phase?
Whoa!
Do we even have Cypress?
So here we go.
Yourself.
Yeah.
This is the end of the movement phase. Kind of repositioned some of the planes flew up.
So we get 4.
Repositioned some of the heavy ordnance.
Against our 8.
No, 4 against your 1.
And so this won't take very long.
Can't believe that guy's still alive.
He's kind of tired after 2 full days of 20,000 points versus 20,000 points. So,
Yeah, they are.
but there's what the table looks like, kind of from a far angle. We'll be right back after the shooting phase and the psychic phase for the Imperials. So here we are at the end of the shooting phase for Imperials turn 6. Biggest events that took place is there used to be a big giant flyer here, the Tyranids. It's now gone. It was shot out of the sky by massive fire.
Final turn.
Final. And over here, a Hive Tyrant was killed eventually. So that's basically the end of the shooting phase. We have one more assault phase, and then this 20,000 versus 20,000 K point game will finally be over. So we'll be back with the final turn. So this is the final turn, and it's night. So the Tyranids are going to slowly pull back, I guess, or vanish into the night. And the Imperials ended up winning the game. They were able to hold 2 of the 3 objectives, with 1 being not occupied. But this is just the last night view of the board that Chris, LordOKaos, and Merlin have created. And they're already talking about actually improving something, but it's a secret. They won't exactly tell me what it is.
Well, if this is 1/3 done, that way we could have it light up the whole way.
Yeah, 1/3, you say.
So here's a view from when the Tyranids are moving out of the city, moving back to
Go down in the city, and the sun shines on the bay. I'll be there in my city. Oh, whoa, whoa, that was awful. I know. I feel bad for everyone watching this now.
Me too.
All right, so I'm going to do a commentary after this with the players that remain, and then we will end this battle report. Please leave any comments that you might have so that we can try to improve this, although with 20,000 points versus 20,000, this is a pretty incredible thing, at least from my perspective anyway, as a bystander filming it. So I'll be right back with the players. We'll talk a little bit about the game, kind of how it turned out, and then hopefully we'll be filming some more battle reports. Probably not as extensive as this, but I think this is it's a pretty impressive board, as you probably have already told yourself, and impressive armies. So we'll be right back with some commentary. Thanks for watching. Alright, we're back for the commentary. The players that remain, the ones that held on until the very end. There's Dallas playing for the Imperial side. We've got
With his loaded dice.
with his loaded dice.
What is up?
We got Tanner over here,
This beard in during this whole game.
again playing during the Imperial side. And then we got our 2 Tyranid players. We've got LordOKaos, the man who put this all together, and Merlin, who is responsible as much, I guess, on some of the terrain here that we're seeing in front of us. So I just wanted to open this up to you guys to comment on the game. If you have any thoughts on, I guess, kind of how it went, because I was basically commentating the whole thing. So
I think the scenario played out pretty well. The Imperials got a major victory with 2 objectives, but it was a hard-fought battle, and it swung back and forth a lot. At least that's what it felt like to me. Is like,
Yeah, no,
it wasn't like one side was just winning the whole time. I mean, if you listen to the Imperial players and they're whining in our shooting phase, you'd swear we were winning every time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But
The game was alright.
for a non-apocalypse scale game, I think it played really smooth.
It was really balanced too. I thought the entire time I thought we were going to lose. I just thought you were going to break through, to be honest.
I think in terms of like actual game time, it took 15 hours to play.
Dang.
Yeah, that's that way.
So much for a kid.
But
So this won't be bested anytime soon.
not locally, not with us. But it was fun.
Freaking
We definitely got
blast.
some more battle reports, and it's fun seeing 40,000 points on the field that were all painted.
Yeah.
The terrain all looked nice. We had minimum breakage throughout the game, which was nice.
Minimum.
Minimum. And everything that broke was repairable, so.
I missed that I didn't do it. I didn't do anything. You can prove.
From my from my perspective, I guess watching as a bystander, at the very beginning of the game, I watched is facing the table as far as the Tyranids coming in. The right flank to me looked like it was just collapsing. The Imperial Guard were just like massive amounts of them were dying, and I just thought, oh my gosh, they're just going to sweep into the right flank and take it. And I was surprised to see Tanner take his army in the left flank and just charge right out and put
Hey, it worked.
put the hurt on him.
Just as much in charge with the left as Tanner was.
And Dallas. And then the center I thought was pretty epic when we had Lysander charge out into the field with his Terminators to hold off the Tyranids as long as possible, to give those guys in the center time to use their firepower on different flanks. I thought that was pretty, just kind of seemed the way that it kind of flowed, at least. That was my perspective.
I really did think that that we were just going to completely lose the right flank for the
In the end, you did.
I mean, in the end, we totally...
this flank was lost.
No,
but no one held it.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
The Terminators teleporting in, the first company did exactly, when you read the fluff, what the first company does. They teleported into the heart of the storm, and they fought it back as long as they could. It took the Titan coming over to finish them off in hand-to-hand. And then it came down to literally like a D6 die roll for the Turbogon. If we had rolled a 6, we would have gotten and captured the objective and downgraded it to only a minor victory. We rolled a 3 because our side can't roll higher than a 4. We found out in the last couple turns of the game. The center was always going to be hotly contested. I mean, and it really was. Like, we got swarmed into there, but not enough. And that delaying action out front probably is what did that. But the other Terminators teleporting in over there, and then the Gene Stealers pouring over the walls, the Rippers coming in. I mean, that was just cinematic battles going on. They finally won the day, but I mean, look what that was held by. I mean, there's what, 2 Terminators, and an Assault Marine, and a single Contemptor left. I mean, the other Contemptor got ripped apart finally. The Assault Marines have been fighting Gene Stealers in the trenches all game, down to 1 guy left. I mean, they lost a Librarian to the Gene Stealers. They lost a bunch of the Assault Squad. I think all 9 of them.
Well, actually, those Assault Marines have fought two full squads of Gene Stealers by the end of this.
Yep.
And then the Terminators were like, "Hey, we did it." And he was like, "But I was here too, guys."
I mean, Death Leaper did a valiant jump in at the end, but the Dallas brought loaded dice today, and they've been rolling fantastic.
First of all, they're Tanner's dice. I don't know what he did to them. I think there was an oven involved.
All I'm saying is that I saw Chris rolling some of my dice, and the dice rolls on those were pretty subpar.
Yep.
So that proves they're not loaded.
They're not. That stuff is not loaded.
I just got magically lucky today.
You did. It was awesome. I think Tyranids lost 6 of their 9 super heavies, where the Imperials lost 7 of their 12. That's what, 5 left, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Missile launcher down there. So they lost 7 of theirs. So I'll claim a bit of a pirate victory on that one. Like, we lost the battle, but we definitely damaged some Imperial infrastructure.
No, honestly, if this was a real chapter, they would be hurting for a long time still after this.
Yeah, they lost a good chunk of a company. I mean,
it'd take them like a good 50 years to replace it.
The company that's left here, I mean, what do you guys have left? There's a few tactical Marines here.
We kept the chapter.
Part of a command squad. The captain of the 4th only has 1 wound remaining. He got hurt pretty bad. Part of a tac squad here. Part of 2 tac squads here.
They're going to seriously need to go pick up some more Librarians for their chapter, though. Holy damn.
Yeah, they lost a couple of them. So there's part of 3 tac squads left here. There's a full Devastator squad in here. The other Devastator squad was... Oh, I guess there's 2 guys left of them.
Yeah.
So they lost 8 of their devs. And there's 1 Assault Marine on the table of the 19, or the 20. So they lost 19 Assault Marines as well. So... And I'm not seeing 3 tac squads.
No, the tac squad. The tac squads died a long time ago.
They lost over half a company.
Yeah.
And then of the
which Marines mostly find to be
of the
devastating.
40 Terminators that hit the field today, right? 40, is that right?
Yeah.
I see 4. And of the Stern Guard, I see none. So they lost almost a whole half first company as well.
They lost most of their veterans.
Yeah, their first captain died. So there were some casualties today. And the chaplain for the 4th died too.
Oh, not to mention we lost a crap ton of Mechanicus.
You know,
Yeah, the Mechanicus are crying.
Yeah, the Adeptus Mechanicus were wiped out except for their knight.
I mean, they
the Imperial
died
Guard were
sadness.
wiped out except for 3 heavy weapon teams that sat in that building all game and did nothing but fire the las cannon. And their Hydras are left, a broken Valkyrie is left, and a broken Super Heavy down there. It's missing 2 of its 6 hull points. So, I mean, the Guard took some pretty good losses too. So I think the bugs definitely did some damage. It didn't feel like it wasn't like a one-sided game. It never really felt like it.
Yeah.
Even if you walk away with a bloody nose and you've been in a fight, I mean, you won, but you have a bloody nose and you've been in a fight.
Yeah.
Crazy fun. I don't know when I could say I'd do it again.
10 years. 10 years.
Oh,
40,000
man.
points.
Next summer.
I'm tired.
Like this was a blast, but holy crap, this is an event.
It's a
Oh yeah, that's right. The Knight Household too. The Knight Household started off with 24 hull points on the table. They have 2 left.
There was what, 5 knights?
4 Imperial Knights.
Oh,
the majority
4
part of
and then the
Adeptus
Mechanicus.
Mechanicus,
Yeah. So they lost. No, they lost, and not to mention they lost 3 knights, but they lost one of the relic knights too.
They lost the Lancer.
The irreplaceable Lancer relic.
If there's one thing that like I really wish that I could see in 40K, it's just like all the dead and strewn carcasses just across the entire battlefield.
Here's what you do.
Make that happen, buddy.
You buy a model and then you cut it up and put it into terrain.
No. You print it off on that plastic card for the overhead projectors, so that you get dead space marines that are lying there. That way you could slide the casualties wherever they dropped, and they wouldn't play any part in the game. They'd be flat on the terrain, but you could still
move over them.
See piles of bodies here and there.
Well, I'm telling Tanner, if you want to see a vehicle, buy the vehicle and chop it up.
That's not necessary.
No, I like his plan.
Good plan.
And then watch
Dallas lead by example. Start it for him.
All right, I've got a broken knight at home. I'll start with
Well, I want to thank Dallas and Tanner for playing the Imperials. We also had Austin, who's not here now. We also had Kevin, who started the game on the Imperial Guard side.
He doesn't count.
And Jason had to leave. He was playing on the Tyranid side, and so was Nick.
Jason stuck it out till the end, though.
He did.
They did.
Jason was
He
here.
just had parental duties that were calling. He had to go.
And of course, Merlin and Chris, I want to thank you guys. This was a great thing, I think, to film. I think that people will enjoy watching it, and I love the terrain, the fully painted armies, 20,000 on 20,000, completely amazing, and hopefully we can do more.
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday. So this is OldManSarge, and I'm down here in the basement of LordOKaos, and I'm still alive, and we are going to go. We're going to go ahead and end this now, and we'll be back with some more battle reports for you. Thanks very much. Thanks for watching.